everyone. We got Patsy. Hello, hello. She should be back shortly. So she's not here. She's not going to hear the hello. Hi, Maurizia. How are you? What have you been up to? Oh, we got Nick. Hello, Nick. This time next month, I'll be in Montreal. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Daniel. Hello, hello. What are you here for? Just for fun or for business or... Oh my goodness. It's been a hot minute since I've gone live again. Well, I guess I went, 2 weeks ago? But yeah, it was a hot minute before that. Oh, let me check that real quick. So what has everyone been up to? And what you working on? What you sipping on? The usual? Gonna ride Via Rails Canada from Toronto all the way to Vancouver. Awesome. Very cool. And are you taking time between to like check out each like major area, or? I'm coming a week early to explore Toronto and Montreal before I head out to the train on May 19th from Toronto. Okay, very cool. Awesome sauce. All right. Well, remind me, maybe like, I don't know, depending what day it is, maybe I can get out there and we can hook up or something. That'd be very cool. Love meeting up with people. As long as it's not in work time or whatever, but if you're here for a whole week, then you don't have time to stop at the big cities along the way. I got to make it to Vancouver. My folks are coming in on the Amtrak. They're going to take the train with me from Toronto. Okay, very cool. We're going to ride together to Vancouver, where they're going to take the Amtrak onto Glacier Park in Montana. Montana has glaciers? My U.S. like geography is so bad. I will board an Air Canada flight bound for Australia. Oh my goodness. Wow. You going to see Nate? Oh, that is crazy. Until recently, I had not traveled at all since 2020. It's been crazy. I've been like a little afraid just because like planes are so enclosed, and you've seen all like YouTube videos of like the crazy people on planes lately. So I haven't taken any long flights for sure. The only I took one flight so far since 2020, and it was to work. And even then, it turns out it takes just as long to drive as it does to like get to the airport, get on the plane, go through security, blah, 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 get off the plane, take the Uber to the hotel, whatever. So I'm just going to drive next time. But like even like work would have paid for a flight to Toronto last weekend for work. But I'm like, no, I'll drive. Thanks. Have you ever heard of Waterton National Park in Alberta? I know Alberta has a lot of parks, but that specific one, I don't recall the name of. I've been to Alberta. I've been to Edson. I never got to Jasper, though. That's one place. I was in Alberta, in Edson, which is really close to Jasper. I never made it there. But I did end up getting to Banff. It's the only real, like, touristy place I got to out west. Out west. I'm like, east, west, no, west. But I know there's a lot of parks out there. It's a national park in southern Alberta that has lots of glaciers, and it shares a border with U.S. National Park. They call Glacier National Park, which is Montana. Okay, I didn't realize Montana was that far north. Okay, very cool. Awesome sauce. I forgot how much like I loved just going to different places, and hotel rooms and stuff like that until I got back into it just for work stuff. But yeah, I don't got a lot of time to travel and stuff. Of course, this summer I am going to Florida. So I'm going to meet up with a bunch of Yarny peeps, which is awesome. I'm so looking forward to that. I think the last time I met up with any Yarny peeps or YouTube peeps anyway was in Toronto. Oh, good Lord. How far back was that? Tana's like, Florida! It was at least a year ago, maybe 2. I have zero concept of time anymore, honestly. But yeah, it was so much fun. I'm so looking forward to Florida. And apparently so is Daniel. Oh my goodness. That's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. I still haven't booked my flight. I'm still debating if I want to drive or fly, just because I can bring more stuff if I drive there and back. But I think it takes like, what, 2-3 days to drive to Florida from Montreal area. Get through the 9-hour flight first. Yeah. It's a shorter flight here, but I don't like planes. I really don't. And it's not like I'm afraid of flying or anything. It's so many people just like cramped together. I feel like a sardine. I hate it. But so if I can avoid it, I would rather drive than fly, but it is a much longer. It's not like just Toronto's like 5 hours from where I'm at rather than like the hour and a half flight. So like with all the extra airport stuff, I think it actually works out faster to drive there. But we got to Florida, I might end up having to fly. Yeah, because I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a 3 to 4 hour flight to Florida, or like a 2-3 day, depending on how much sleep you get, 2-3 day drive. So that's just that much more vacation days I'll need. Are you closer to Montreal or I'm much closer to Montreal. Yeah, I used to live like 15 minutes from Montreal on the South Shore. I moved a little bit farther out just because of getting very people-y there. So I am now in Ormstown, which is about 35 minutes farther from the South Shore of Montreal. There I am. Hey, Maureen, how are you? I know it's been just like a minute or two, but oh, thanks. That means they're appreciated. Oh my goodness. I have to say, I get a lot more people at nighttime, but this is the only time I really have anymore. So people get used to it. Let me see. Did I forget anybody? Oops. Was all excited for last week. Had Carms here. And then, oh, I'm sorry, Nate. I know I had every intention of like doing it weekly, but then I forgot about my conference in Toronto and I couldn't get on. Oh my goodness. It was crazy. I was at the conference, like, was it? I went Friday. Yeah. So Sunday I was traveling back on Sunday. So yeah, I was driving for like 6 hours. Totally forgot about that. But I'm back. How are the girls? Are they good? I've seen a few Facebook like videos and stuff from Carms. They're so adorable with their dancing and stuff now. I'll be trying out the V-Rail corridor service. I'm going business class. So fancy, fancy schmancy. From Toronto up to Montreal for 3 nights before I return to Toronto on the train. Okay, very cool. I'm doing this every week. I know. I totally forgot about my trip. But not Easter. And not the week after. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot it was like literally the week after Easter. Oh my goodness. They're lucky I showed up. That's how much I forgot about it. May pop up in just a little while. For Brecky. I'm like, who's Becky? Well, I need new glasses, I think. For Brecky. Okay. Let me see. Why don't you just come straight to Montreal then, and then that saves you like a train there and back. You just come to Montreal, sightsee, and then rather than going from Toronto to Montreal back to Toronto. I mean, I'm sure there's some logistic reason for it, but my brain is like, why would you do that? It's just an extra 12 hours for nothing. It's easier to fly from Minneapolis to Toronto than it is. Oh, okay. All right. See, I knew there's a logistical reason. I'm just not waiting mine, and had bottle 30 minutes ago. Can you hurt my brain on that one, Nate? Hey, Crystal, how are you? Toronto is a hub. Okay, that makes sense. Eating, not waiting. Okay. Oh, goodness. I forget what confused me in the first place. I'm just eating mine. Okay, that makes sense. All right. My brain has now resolved. So what is everyone? We got a couple more people. What's everyone up in at? Wow. I am so out of practice in this. What are you working on? What you sipping on? Then I got a few days to kill in Canada before my parents get in the Amtrak. My father can cross the border by land, but not by air since he doesn't have a passport. Do I need a passport anyway? Or is that only one way? Because I know to Canada, the US, you need a passport even just to drive across the border. Might want to check that out to be sure. I'm committed to breakfast, Coco. Be damned. What's 50-50 chance, really? Oh my goodness. I understand. Food first, for sure. I'm finishing up a beanie for a coworker. Awesome sauce. Very cool. I was actually super worried, like, with the time changes, because, like, not the time change, like, whatever, but time zone thing. But the fact that I'm going on earlier than usual, I was really worried that you would not be able to make it. Like, I don't know, the time difference in my brain, just whatever. But at least I know Nate's awake at this hour, so that's good. I know some Canadian provinces issue these as well. Hang on. Oh, he has the enhanced driver's license. Okay. Okay, very cool. I think some older folk are grandfathered in, no passport. Okay, yeah, they don't even offer that anymore. But yeah, that was a thing at the very, like, shortly after 9/11. That was a thing you could do. But I don't think that's a thing anymore. It's 8 a.m. I have twins. True story. Oh, goodness. Yeah, because that's not even an option anymore. But yeah, if he has got a license that had it, then very cool that he got that. But I finally did get my passport, so at least I can go wherever the freaking frick I want now. And I made sure I got it for 10 years, so I don't have to deal with the rigmarole of getting it again for another 10 years. And by that time, I'll be like almost 60 and probably won't want to travel anymore. So today is first day of full-time daddy. Oh, Carmen's went back to work? And I guess it's the first day if she did. So you don't know how it went. That's got to be scary for a mom. Yeah, my first stop when I get to Australia after a 15-hour flight is a place called Australia Zoo. It's the zoo that's run by the family of Stephen Irwin. Okay, very cool. Like straight from the flight? You're like, you're not drop your bags or nothing off? You're just like going. Crystal says, coming to the US as well. We all want to escape here. Oh my goodness. It was a 3-day week, then 2-week holiday. Now it's wall-to-wall bad daddy decisions running this show. I'm sure you'll do fine, Nate. You've wanted kids for so long. You're going to be an awesome dad. I know it. She's been back 3 months part-time. Okay. So it's her first day full-time? Hey, Patsy. How are you? I'm good. I'm tired most of the time, but today I'm good. I escaped to the US. Are you mad? Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I love my U.S. friends, but with all the everything going on right now, you could not pay me to move there. I'm like, I'll stay up here in Canada. Thanks. I'll deal with the snow. Oh my goodness. No escape out of the hell that is the U.S. Oh my goodness. That's awesome, Coco. It's good to see you. It's so good to see you guys too. I've missed you guys so much. It's just with work. I thought I could do like after work stuff, but I'll be honest, after work, I am just so spent. I couldn't. I kept wanting to like maybe get into the groove of it, but after work, I have nothing left in me. So this is like, I decided, you know what, after TFF, I'm still good. So this is going to be my thing now. You wrote that the opposite. What did I write? Who wrote what the opposite way? I don't know what's going on anymore. Could y'all Canadians please take Tom McDonald back? Who the heck is Tom McDonald? I don't even know who that. You're gonna make me Google stuff now. Thanks, Crystal. I'm looking it up now. Okay, who is this guy? Whoa. Okay. You talking about the rapper guy, or is there's like someone else? Yeah, he's scary looking. If you're talking about the rapper guy. Oh my goodness. I skipped your plans. What do you mean I skipped your plans? Yeah, the rapper guy. He's scary looking. I never even heard of this guy. But yeah. Anyone with face tattoos, dude, rethink your decisions. Yeah, I don't know. Apologies from Canada if that's an issue. I do not know anything about him. And I do not claim him either. Go up 5 comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you wrote the opposite. Okay, so you wrote the opposite, but I don't know how that's skipping your plans. You're hurting my brain, Nate. Oh my goodness. So I've got that Google search open. I got to hear what this guy's about. We humbly apologize for Rebel Wilson whilst we're at it. I love Rebel Wilson. She's a hoot. Oh my goodness. And Pitch Perfect. Oh my goodness. I don't think anyone else could have played Fat Amy the same way. She's awesome. She is cool. I agree. Hey, Nana Michelle. Oh, she's in the ad. She didn't hear me. I'm going to type it instead. For Rebel, sure. Skinny Rebel, ain't it? Oh, fat Rebel. Okay. I haven't seen much of her other than I've seen like the transformation like physically, but I haven't seen her speak or do anything since. So I don't know if she's changed her. I don't know what it is about her. But yeah, Fat Amy was freaking awesome. She was so cool. I love her. Oh my goodness. Has she done anything since, Nate? Like he's the knows everything about Rebel, but Rebel does rap about political campaigns. Oh, hang on. That she can't vote in. Shake my head. Tom McDonald does. Okay, so Rebel does rap about political campaigns that she can't vote in. And Tom McDonald does or doesn't? That felt like a but I don't know. Good for her heart and all that. Sure. Well done. But comedic wise, her funny bone leached out of the calories. I have noticed like some comedians that start out like on the heavier side, they do pull a lot of comedic something or other from their physical, you know. Doesn't rev what? Doesn't. Okay. Okay, so the Tom McDonald guy does and Rebel does not. Okay. I think I got it. I have to say though, like even though he can't vote, like I have not heard of this guy. I don't know what he raps about, but the things that go on just south of me can be scary because whatever y'all do, like kind of affects us. Like we're your like little sister or little brother or whatever. So whatever you do, we got to go along. So it is a little scary depending, but Jonah Hill. Skinny Jonah is basic. I'm trying to think if I ever saw Jonah Hill. Did he do stand up? I was a little worried at first. Like Melissa McCarthy, like she was like a bigger girl, whatever. And then she lost some weight, but she's funny. She's one that's funny regardless. Like she just has that comedic timing. But she was definitely funnier when she was bigger. America sneezes, we all get a cold. True story. Oh my goodness. He's a pro Oompa Loompa, not being political and very homophobic. Oh, okay. Okay. If he's homophobic, then yeah, he's not. We don't claim him. No. Yeah. I speak for the majority of Canadians, I believe, that we do not claim him on that aspect. Yeah. It always baffled me. Like, not to get all political and shit, but like, just let people be who they are. Like, doesn't mean they deserve any less rights than anyone else. Just, it's not affecting your marriage. Just let them be. Like, I don't know. I can never understand people that got so, like, out of sorts over that. Your vape setup looks more hookah than basic nowadays. Well, it's because it's charging. That's why. Is it charged yet? It's fully charged. Thank you, Nate. I get to detach it now. You reminded me. I was running out of battery during TFF, so I plugged it in, but now it's fully charged. So no, it's less hookah now. Don't force people to do things they can't afford to have. Don't force people to do things. What are we forcing people to do that they can't afford to have? I feel like we're going down a political wormhole at this point. But I need more. I don't know, words. I can't think of words anymore. Literally, never understood wanting to control someone's bedroom activities as long as they're consenting. Exactly. Like, how is that affecting you at all? Like, for real. They're saying they're ruining marriage. No. If your marriage is, down the schnutter, that's on you. That's it. That's all. I'm being subtle. Yes, that's why. Okay. Okay, yeah. Good Lord. Yeah. I don't know. It just baffles my brain. Like, all I care about, if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. That's all I care about. If you're an a-hole, yeah, I won't like you. That's literally my only gauge. That's it. That's all. There's a guy on my postal route that wants me to call him. There's a signature package and not bother his wife. It's like, your marital problems are not my issue. Yeah. I don't know. Like, honestly, I've tried marriage, like, this, I'm on my second marriage now, and, like, there were rocky points even in my second one, so no marriage is perfect. You just water your own grass, don't worry about everyone else's grass, and just, that's it, that's all. And not your job to cover for him. Exactly. Yeah. Like, Mr. Cocktails and I literally share, like, an Amazon account, and he can see everything I buy. Which kind of sucks if I want to buy him something like for his birthday or something. I have to like go other routes. I can't do Amazon, but like, you have something to hide. A, should you be doing it? Or if you should be doing it, if the other person is going to be, should you be married to that person? That's all I got to say about that. Yeah. eBay. Yeah, I got my 10th anniversary is coming up in August. So I got an anniversary card from Temu so he wouldn't see it. He does not know about Temu unless he's watching, then he might know, but you're not getting my password if you are watching. Just because that's the only place I could buy schnook for you. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna set up, but leave me in basement till we're ready. Oh, okay. Took me a second to realize what the frickin' frick you were talking about. Well, just like drop a comment or something when you're ready so I know. 3 months till 10 years here. Get less. I don't know about that anymore, but I think it's generally with like first degree, you're talking like 20 to life with possibility to parole after 20 to 25. But yeah. Oh, there was a meme though I saw on Facebook where it's like you get 10 years for robbing a bank or whatever, or was it less than that even? But it'll take you like 20, 30 years or whatever to like actually work for that amount of money. So, and just like follow me for more tips or whatever. The thing that makes me most excited about Montreal is the bagels and the smoked meat sandwiches. Oh my goodness, yes. If you're actually in Montreal, I'm trying to think the one that's still open. I think it's Dunn's. You have to go to Dunn's for your smoked meat. We share most accounts as well, but Harbor Freight and Home Depot. Yeah. Wilma, you're such a beautiful lady and so much. Hi, Sharon. Who's Wilma? Oh my goodness. But I love that you love purple also. Did somebody reference Wilma at all? Or am I just like in the wrong chat? I don't know what's going on anymore. I swear people are trying to hurt my brain. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see me on HTV in the background in the basement. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see babies. Wording. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think the only account we share is Amazon. That's literally the only place to order from or other than Temu, because Amazon brings it to my door. And most places, unless it's like shipped from Amazon or in telecom, it goes to the post office. Like they don't drop mail at my house. I have to go to the post office to get it. So Amazon and Temu, I thought they only went to the post office, but apparently they left a sticker on my door the other day on Saturday early in the morning. Like, who the frick is up early on a Saturday? I'm saying they tried to deliver, but yeah. So normally I just only do Amazon just because I bring it right here. Because I'm a lady's butt. I see babies. I can't wait. Duns, I saved it to my Google Maps list. Okay, cool. Yeah, best smoke meat ever. And if you want to go the poutine route, you need like a greasy spoon trailer off the side of the road. They generally have the best poutines. eBay we share because, well, same PayPal. Okay. Yeah, I don't share my PayPal. Yeah, and I literally only like first I did Temu just to see how the things were, and turned out to not be so bad. Not everything is great, but it's not so bad for like whatever. And that's literally again the only place I can order something from for him that he doesn't know about. So, but other than that, everything's like either groceries that can have delivered here or Amazon that delivers right to my door. I see babies. Oh my God. Ready, I think. Are you sure? Final answer? All right, here comes the babies. There they are. Hi, babies. Hello. Hey, Edie and Aggie. Hello. You got the most special.
The volume's not turned up on my phone.
Crystal's like,
Why is there no
babies.
volume here?
I don't know. You hear me now?
Yep.
Hi, babies.
I'm just going to put something in front of it to stop it sliding.
Like, who is this crazy lady? Edie and Aggie.
Is that all said?
Baby girls. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hi, baby girls.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness. They're too precious. Why are you smiling?
Yeah.
Which one's which?
Aggie.
Which one's which? Aggie?
Aggie.
Aggie.
Edith.
Edie.
I can't see what you can see. I can only see like the live feed, which is like 30 seconds behind.
Okay. Yeah, we got Aggie to the left and Edie to the right.
This is Edie.
Yeah.
Edith,
hey, baby girls.
Edith, who I stood up yesterday.
You stood up? Are you the big girl?
And then I screamed because I didn't know how to get down.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Hey, baby girls. I'm Coco. Can you say Coco? They're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, they're going to have their breakfast. The first thing they have to start their breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast? Ooh, Vegemite. Really?
Vegemite on toast.
They eat toast now?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
You're such big girls now. You're so big.
We've also both got 2 front teeth at the bottom.
Oh my goodness, you got teeth and everything. I saw you dancing on Mama's Facebook. All like jamming down.
No, I can even see it. It's funny, you look out the other way, I can see Jeremy and the horses. They're all hanging around too.
There she goes.
If you sing, they will dance.
Yeah, not if I sing. Oh my goodness. He's so pretty.
Went out one day over the hill.
Aggie's getting down no matter what.
Mother duck said, quack, 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 quack. No, that's not good enough.
So So like that's what they can out.
She's like, I'll just do a subtle one, Dad, just to make you feel better.
Yeah. a pity dance. Hey, sweetie pies.
It's not quite. I'm not
Aw.
starving them, people. It's not quite their breakfast, so I can be a bit slower here. They're not dying of hunger. They only just finished their bottle.
Nick says Tim Tam slams. I literally bought Tim Tams yesterday. So like I am totally having Tim Tam slams later.
And the second part of their breakfast, to make it all Aussie.
Wheat Bix. Wheat Bix.
This is not theirs though. This is the mum's multigrain one, but
Okay. I've never heard of that one. Vegemite I've heard of, but Wheat Bix I have not heard of.
theirs are all in a container. I don't know how I'm
They
going to do
look like
this. On camera,
they look like how I store my dog treats.
Yes.
Hi, pretty girls. Hi, Edie and Aggie. Hello.
They went to their
Who's
first
your
birthday
pretty
party
girls?
on Saturday.
Whose birthday party?
It was another like twins that Carmen. This lady was pregnant at the same time as Carmen locally with similar twins and all that, so they got to know each
Okay.
other.
Mhm.
And it was like after 90 minutes, we moved the girls into the shade because it got sunny really weirdly. And
Yeah.
the lady was like, "Oh, you're going," and all that. And a minute later, I looked at Carmen and said, "Can we go?" It was horrendous. Like, just there was like 90 minutes in. There'd not been one formal announcement, no birthday cake, no games, no opening presents. Just 90 minutes of adults sitting around drinking at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Sounds like my kind of party, but you need something for the kids to do.
Well, the girls were the youngest kids there. They were the youngest, and then and because it was where their dogs normally hang out, there was dog crap everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Before
can
you have like a
smell it.
backyard party, you got to clean that shit up.
Like if we have a party here, yes, there'll be animal dung, but people spread that stuff on their gardens. I don't think horse and cow poo is as offensive as I think dog poo is just one step below human. It's offensive. So yeah, I looked at the time. I went, "Wow, we've been here 90 minutes. We should get."
Yeah, 90 minutes. That's an hour and a half of like nothing for the kids to do. Yeah, you have to have something.
We saw pictures later, and they put the chairs up on the table when they ate their cake and all that. It's like, well, why say you're going to start at 11, but then nothing formal happens until 12:30? Do all that stuff and let people decide if they want to hang around or not.
Yeah, I understand like 11 to 11:30, give people like the late people to arrive or whatever, but like an hour and a half, that's a bit much.
So people ever try Vegemite at home, that's how much you put on. It's not Nutella, it's not peanut butter, it's Vegemite.
Hey, Chris. Nick says, "What part of Australia are you from, Nate? I'm coming down to ride the Indian Pacific and the GAN passenger trains. I will be exploring your continent coast to coast, north to south, and east to west."
I am on the border of New South Wales and Queensland.
There you go. Yeah, oh, babies.
2.5 hours from Brisbane. Not on the Gold. I'm not on the coast. We're up in the mountains.
So is it? Oh my goodness! Aggie just made a face.
Is that good, girls? Okay. Oh, babies.
Oh, I've heard that Vegemite is super salty. Is it just that, like you mentioned, are people just using too much of it? Is that why?
They're using too much of it, and yeah, it's a different taste, but it's when done right, it's quite nice.
Okay.
Like Americans, they put peanut butter with chocolate because peanut butter is salty. So I don't know why they'd be so offended by things being salty.
I don't know. Maybe that's why they put the chocolate though, because they don't like the salt. Well, peanut butter is not very salty. It's a little salty, but not too much.
It's in the salty category.
I don't know. I'll have to try some Vegemite just once. I've been like afraid to because of everything I've seen, but one day I'll try it.
Edith's double fisting it. She's like, I'll get a bit out of this hand, a bit out of that hand. They love
Do you like the
dropping stuff
Vegemite?
too. They'll drop stuff
it
and
yum
then
yum?
like stare it on the ground for 5 minutes. Like, wow, that is on the ground.
5-second rule. Is that yum yums?
I know
Is
this
it
is set
yummy?
up very well, but I've got to do it.
Oh, Jeremy's chilling. Has he been
Nearly.
feeling the difference since the girls have arrived?
Oh, not really. Like I posted up a few videos of him and them on the deck. They get a bit excited when he's around.
You get to live with the Jeremy. That's awesome.
We're back pretty much the same spot.
Yeah, pretty much. Chris says, I've had Marmite in New Zealand, but never Vegemite. What the frick is Marmite? I never heard of that.
And there's
All I'm
also
seeing is
Promite.
mite. What the frick is Promite? What's all this ite stuff?
Everyone has a go at it. If it's successful, everyone tries to sell it.
Well, what's the difference between Promite and Vegemite then?
Depends who you ask. Honestly, nothing. But people will tell you, "Oh no, they're two totally different things."
Okay, so is Marmite the same thing also? Just called something different?
Yeah. Just slightly different that people think that they're different.
Okay. Okay, so if you've tried Marmite, sounds like you may have potentially tried the equivalent of Vegemite, Chris.
An English person would come in here and be like, "Oh no, Marmite slightly sweeter and less denser and not as salty and etc." But they're the same thing. They're a yeast extract made from leftover from beer brewing. They're the same thing.
So it's beer leftovers?
Yeah, they had all the stuff left over from the yeast in beer and all that, and they thought, okay, what can we do with it? And Vegemite was born.
Literally, the face Aggie made as I said, so it's beer leftovers? She was like, huh?
Daddy's feeding me beer leftovers?
Chris says it's good with a thin layer after adding butter to the bread for him. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what the girls are eating.
Okay, so you need butter as well as the Vegemite, not just straight up Vegemite. It needs to be a thin layer. All right. I will try it one day, and I will do it on camera.
And Coco, if you don't like it, then
we fell down.
If you don't like it, then just use the rest of it as a base in a vegetable soup, and it'll knock your socks off. So.
Oh, never even thought of that aspect.
Is that what you said, chemical there?
Oh, actually, Crystal just said, I feel like Vegemite tastes like condensed vegetable stock. I never tried it. Okay.
I'll put a knife there instead now. That might.
And Nick says, Coco, I will email you my train times and dates in and out of Montreal next month. That way you can see if your husband, with your husband if you guys got time to come and say hello when I'm in town. Okay, awesome. If I'm not working, I have no problem. If it's a weekend day, there's a pretty good chance. I'm covering some, like doing some overtime on some weekends, but still have your email from a few years ago. Okay.
I feel like you guys are mucking around. That was only a quarter of a bit of toast. You guys are taking credit.
Yeah, I can guarantee you though, Nick, Mr. Cocktails will not be joining us. He does not leave the house. Anything other than groceries, which is like, we need that. If it requires pants, he ain't going.
Well, we went away on a week's holiday. We regretted leaving the house because every time we go away in the van, it rains the whole time.
Okay.
And that van gets crowded real quickly.
Okay, Nick says it's a Monday through Wednesday. Okay, depending on the day, maybe I can get the day off with like flex time because I generally do not a lot of, but like I at least do like 10 to 15 minutes overtime almost every day just to because I do late shift lead. So I can't really, well, I guess I technically could, like nobody's holding me hostage, but I don't leave until like everyone's off the phone or chats or whatever, just to make sure in case they have any questions. So if I have enough buildup of flex time that I can take just overtime that I take back in like time off. But definitely, yeah. Send me that schedule and I'll let you know if I can. I wish I had known before because I literally just took like Monday, Tuesday off. I have 2 days off totally, but I could have put it off a little. But I didn't know, so it's too late now.
See how quiet it is in this chat, Coco? You need consistent. You need consistent times. Then people know you're going to be on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying before, like I get a lot more people at night, but it's the only time I have. At least for now.
I'm sure they'll eventually leak in slowly.
Yeah. Just I'm about to get off. Hi, pretty girls. Oh, you're so precious. Oh my God.
Are you precious?
Oh, I see Agnes' little teeth when she smiles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sweetest smile. Crystal says, I worked yesterday. This week it's going to be 80 degrees and we'll be running a torch because we're going to be running a plastic welding extruder because we don't have any metal this week. Oh, that sounds... Not sure exactly what you're doing, Crystal, but it sounds hot and yucky.
Coco,
Yes?
I reckon we should have a rule. So if I go into a chat and it's run by an American, I convert Celsius to Fahrenheit to help them. If you're coming into a chat with an Aussie and a Canadian, Celsius that stuff up. Like, come on. It's a two-way street, people. We got to do it in the American chat. Go over to the measurement converter and give us the Celsius number.
All right, so 80 degrees is 26.66, which is way too hot.
26, I hate the heat. 26 is like just a casual, that's an autumn day around here.
Yeah, but that's like outside. Outside, you can retreat to inside. I think
someone is spitting it out because I can see what's coming next.
It's the indoors of where she's working that's going to be like almost 27 degrees.
Don't throw it on the ground. Don't throw it on the ground. Don't throw it on the ground.
What are you doing, Edie? Edie, what you doing?
They love one video where Carmen films them and they're like trying to crawl towards the camera. They love the camera. That's how if they're at the back of the crib and we don't want to get them, we just put the phone down and they crawl instantly to it. They already love the selfie.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna be selfie twins? Are you gonna be selfie twins?
So they can see that the camera's on, so they're like, oh. Okay, the second part of breakfast is ready, but we'll let them chew on their entree a little bit more.
Aggie agrees. Are you nodding? Are you nodding, Aggie? What you doing?
No.
She's spitting it out. Couple of movie stars, says Chris. Yeah, absolutely. You're too pretty. That's just a regular Tennessee weather in the spring. In the summer, we hit 100 degrees or 37 degrees Celsius. She did the conversion for you.
Good
but
work.
Yeah, that's hot AF. Like in the winter, I don't like Canada so much, but in the summer, when I hear like what y'all are getting, I'm good with it.
We're in the coldest part of the state, but one year we were actually the hottest in the whole state for that day, and we were 42 degrees here.
Jeez.
But we've also had down to minus 11 that same year in winter. So
minus 11 to 42. That's a big range. Holy smokes!
Not on the same day, but in the same year.
No,
yeah.
But actually, we had one day this year where it was like I forget what the temperature was, but literally from day to night, it dropped 20 degrees Celsius. It was crazy.
That's what I didn't like about the Toronto winters, though. Like the days were just like all day it would move 2 degrees. It would be like -1 to -3 the whole day. And you're like, that's.
But at least you know what to expect. Like, this is the temperature. Dress accordingly for the whole day. Not like, okay, dress like this in the morning. You're going to need to take your sweater off and your like coat off in the afternoon, and then put your sweater back on in the evening and coat on in the evening.
Layers are fun.
Well, I don't mind layers, but like, I just like to know what to expect, like all day long.
Well, we were staying on the island in Thailand. It would actually, the temperatures there were similar in terms of range, but obviously on the hot end. So the day would be like 31 to 33. So in normal places, the sun goes down, it cools down. That didn't happen.
No.
Be walking around the markets of an evening going, it's still just as hot.
Yeah.
The heat has to go away when the sun does.
No, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I like that it gets chilly here when the sun goes down. It's nice. You get a little crisp in the air. You can put your little sweater on. You're good.
In the middle of the summer here, we can still have some cool nights. And that's why I found that in Toronto as well, or outside Toronto. But when the breeze was coming from the north, didn't matter what time of year it was, if it came from the north, it was icy.
Yeah. Oh, Edie wanted more. Are you hungry, Edie?
It's banana.
It says, Nate, in a typical Australian diet for the regular person, how often do you guys eat kangaroo?
My wife, never. Me, not for a while, but occasionally I like the steaks more than anything. So it's not regular or anything, but maybe once a year I might have a kangaroo steak. But steaks aren't a fun thing for me to eat at the moment until I get surgery again.
Okay. What's the surgery you need? If you don't mind.
I've got a lap band that's failed. It worked well for the first like 5-6 years, and then I had it all taken out, and now it doesn't work anymore, and just eating is like near impossible for me.
A lap band?
I get all the benefits of not being able to eat, but being overweight, it's great. It's like the worst of both worlds. So I've got to get it out and try and, I can't eat healthy. I can't go. We go out to a restaurant, I've got to order like the seafood basket because I can't get the steak and salad because then I'll sit there choking the whole time.
Yeah.
So I can't make good choices anymore because good choices are painful.
Well, that sucks.
So hopefully we're on a high-end health cover so then I can get it all done, privately rather than waiting for the public system.
Yeah. So no one's even like giving you a time frame or anything yet? Like how long have you been dealing with this?
We don't want to start the process until I qualify. So we have to wait 12 months of joining this health cover.
Okay.
Like the waiting period sort of that they have. So you don't just join it, get the surgery, and then not. Which we would totally do if we could. But after seeing Carmen go through private with these two, I definitely want to go private. It's a different world.
For sure. Krista says, I feel like our state has weather very similar to Australia, hence why we have had some of your critters to live here as invasive animals. Oh, for real? What critters? Now I'm all curious and stuff.
Some kangaroos
break stuff today.
Kangaroos broke out the zoo. No, I can't see the family at the back of kangaroos. There's 3 families now because there's a couple off to the north and south of the house. There's 2 different big families, and now off to the east there's like 2 or 3 big guys. Okay. So we got one of those roos that looks like it's lifts weights every day as well.
Okay, she says talking about pythons. Okay, so pythons are not native to the U.S. then, like all pythons. They are beautiful snakes. I wanted to get a python for a while, but everyone I've ever lived with is freaked out by them, so I have not been allowed.
No. Stay in the mouth. In the mouth. No.
What are you doing, Edie? Edie. Are you being silly? Are you being silly, Edie?
We're both mucking around, We'll have a water break.
Oh, Nick sent the email. 13th to the 15th. Let me see if I have anything
Have you
I
noticed
don't
this
have
whole
my
time
computer
Edith's still got a little bit of toast in her hand the whole
open. I don't know.
they can
The
go
only
to the park.
constrictor native to the U.S. is the king snake. Okay. Huh. Pythons are pretty freaking cool, though. Maybe not so much in the wild, I suppose. But
In Australia, we call them. Have you ever heard the phrase? You girls make lots of noise. I'll write it in. I'll write it in the chat because it's hard to say.
yeah, I've seen a couple like scary YouTube videos of like pythons in the wild that are like trying to. They call them nope rope.
Nope rope. Don't pick up the nope rope.
Yeah, like
I can make you like
suffocating
stars.
a dog, like strangling a dog, and the other dog's like fixing like. But they get freaking huge in the wild, though. Like this was a huge
You
freaking
guys are like
python that I
stars now.
saw.
There's the spotlight.
Bright light.
Our kitchen light's broken, so we're relying on a lamp at the moment until we get electricity.
Okay. Oh, what'd you do, Aggie? Did you drop it? Oh no, you didn't drop it. You just banged it.
He was like wondering where normally this is music time. I put the music on when we eat because she's doing her own boogie.
Coco get demonetized if Daddy plays music. Look at that smile. She's like cheese to the light.
So their daytime naps are getting up to 3 hours now. We'll put them down at 11 and they'll still be asleep at 2 o'clock.
Oh. Nick says, I paid $1,500 US for a first class experience at Australia Zoo. I'm going to be able to help feed the animals during my first full day in Australia. That's a lot of money to pay to go to the zoo. I thought you were talking about like flights or something. $1,500 to go to the zoo? Holy
So I'll tell you
smokes.
a story about Australia Zoo that's related to Coco in Canada as well. So
what did I do?
I had that ex-girlfriend come over and we went to Australia Zoo. And she had an absolute ball, like, holding koalas and patting kangaroos and seeing animals right up close and all that. And me being an Australian, I'm like, well, that's what zoos are like. Then I went to Toronto Zoo, and then I knew exactly why she was excited about our zoo. Because, that is not an experience. That's just, you sort of see animals off in the distance.
Yeah.
Like, it's a totally different feel. So I don't know about the 1,500 might be an amazing experience. So I would definitely never deter someone from enjoying an amazing experience. But half the things that you are expecting to get within that package, you generally get at our zoos anyway. But if it's a once in a lifetime, like I went to WrestleMania, I wish I did the VIP, the full treatment and all that for a once in a lifetime event. So by all means, go for it. But our zoos are very different. They're more hands-on.
Yeah, definitely let me know how that went, though, Nick. That sounds awesome. And Crystal says, don't stand in the way of the koalas eucalyptus tree. They can be very vicious. They look so cute and cuddly, but...
If anyone wants to follow the link, we've got a kangaroo. We've got a koala on our property we call Joan.
Aww.
I'll put up a couple of videos. We've seen her in a few spots now. You good?
You okay, Aggie? She's like, what did I just do?
I'm drinking coffee milk, so that's why they're both looking at me like, and we get this shiz, or schnut, I should say. We get this schnut, and you're drinking coffee milk. Thank you. I'll take that one.
I don't think you guys don't look like you need any caffeine, though. You guys look like you're set.
But hopefully, I was a bit of a help with Nick. But yeah, definitely like, that's one thing that when I've traveled to other countries, people will say, like Made of the Mist and the Seattle Space Needle. People are like, oh no, you don't need to do that. That's not that exciting and all that, and you regret it. So if you got the opportunity to do the best, like say, as an Australian, I went to Disneyland again. I'd for sure as heck get a fast pass. Like, although the girls like when they're 9 or 10, we're going to go to Tokyo Disney, aren't we?
You're gonna go to Disney?
Because we're going to avoid. I want you guys. We're going to avoid Florida. We ain't going. Then we go to Tokyo. I watched a YouTuber and she did the same as us. She went to regular Tokyo Disney, and then she found out days later, much like we did years later, that Tokyo Sea Disney is the best one. People rate it as like one of the top 3 parks, Disney parks.
Oh, really?
Whereas the regular Tokyo Disney is like one of the worst.
Oh,
But when you don't know it, it was still great.
okay. Hey, Nick.
Long time no see.
It's been a minute.
I know, right? Oh. But yeah, the $1,500 one, which is about 2,200 Aussie, I get my own personal guide all day, and I get to be first in line for everything. And they give a fancy lunch at their best restaurant on site. And it goes to figure, as you guys probably, as I know, Nate knows, and I'm sure you know, Coco, that Irwins do a bunch of conservation all over the world. It's like, I have no idea if I'll ever get back. What the hell?
Sounds awesome. Are you going to meet any of the Irwins?
I wouldn't. I'm not planning on it. Would be cool,
Yeah.
but I'm not holding my breath because they got. I'm not holding my breath because they got their own stuff going on. Who knows?
Yeah.
The Irwins are always subject to availability.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're lucky and they're there, you might be able to. They'll probably look after the VIPs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but the fact that you have someone there with you the whole day and whatever, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And I get escorted around, and like I said on there, I forget which ones they said they let people feed on that, but I get to go behind the scenes, like with the elephants and whatnot, or it's giraffes, elephants or giraffes. I forget which one.
I hope it's elephants, because apparently, I don't know. I saw a meme where like apparently elephants look at us like we look at dogs. They just think we're super cute.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
I find that funny how when they have to get medical treatments and whatnot is like the different machines they bring out to do the MRIs or ultrasounds or whatever on the elephant.
That's got to be a giant freaking MRI.
I know, right? It's like Jesus. But no, Coco, the reason why it sucks getting from Minneapolis to Montreal is Delta, which is the main airline out of Minneapolis, they only do a morning flight from Montreal to Minneapolis. But then from Minneapolis to Montreal, they only do a late night flight.
Okay.
Whereas you can figure Toronto being a busier hub, they do 2 to 3 flights a day depending on the day of the week.
Okay. Makes sense.
What
are you doing, Edie?
My baby's
so
broken.
Cute.
My baby's broken.
How old are they, Nate?
They're about 11 and a half months now, so they're starting prep for their
almost
first
a year.
birthday. Yeah.
You're almost 1. Oh my god.
Well, that's how, and Nate, isn't that how you guys get your kids hooked on Vegemite, is starting young?
Yep. they're happy little Vegemites in Australia.
They're too precious for words. You're making me want more, Nate, and I'm too old for that schnut.
Yeah. Well, Coco, have you done a Tim Tam Slam before?
I have, and OMG.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do a Tim Tam.
I find it funny, Nate. I see people on YouTube that bite off the whole end on each side, and they don't know about the real way of doing the corners.
Oh, then you don't have to store, then you get like a vacuum.
Yeah.
I bought this for Carmen for Valentine's Day. This stuff's bloody deadly too.
Ooh, that looks yummy.
I can't even see. Where am I on camera? There. Bischoff topping.
Ooh.
Huh.
And she turned it into. She made vanilla ice cream and put a ripple of this through it. Oh my
Jesus
Lord!
Christ! Oh my God!
That sounds yum.
I'm just gaining weight here and there.
Vanilla bean ice cream, not this fake vanilla essence stuff. Vanilla bean ice cream with a ripple of that through it. Yeah, it should be criminalized in most countries.
Yeah. Well, that's
for anyone that doesn't know in the chat, a Tim Tam is it's like a cookie. I don't know, some kind of weird cookie inside
it's
covered
like
dipped in chocolate.
In America, I would say it's similar to a vanilla wafer.
Yeah, but like dipped in chocolate. So a Tim Tam Slam is you bite opposing corners off. You suck either hot chocolate or coffee through it, which melts everything inside the chocolate crust. and it's just melt in your mouth after. OMG, it's
And
so
the
good.
key is to get it to melt the whole thing, but to slam it before it's in the coffee or hot chocolate or whatever.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you got to wait until the integrity of the Tim Tam's about to be lost. The longer you can wait and soak it all in.
One good sip, you're good. If it's hot, the hotter the better. It'll melt like almost immediately. Everything inside the chocolate. Oh, so good.
I love the caramel ones. Oh my god, so good.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't have it at my IGA where I'm at now.
No.
But they have the regular ones. It was just still good, but the caramel ones rock.
Yeah. What sucks
if
is
these guys are live. If these guys are live and I'm at the shop, I love to sort of go on and show them all the different current flavors that we have. I think there's like a salted caramel.
He's got like a whole shelf of Tim Tams at his grocery store.
And I will say, Nate, the biggest pain in the ass I've had since scheduling going to Australia is about a month ago. Qantas canceled my direct flight from Darwin to Sydney. So now I got to fly Darwin to Melbourne to Sydney.
Oh.
Okay.
Did they say why they canceled it? Just not enough
Australians
people.
rarely fly Qantas ourselves.
Yeah. It's because they're Qantas. That's why they canceled it.
Nana Michelle says, so jealous. I love Tim Tams. I have no access. I always wanted to try the caramel ones.
Only have the chocolate.
I was going to say, whoever said that, if you're in the U.S., you can get them off of Amazon.
I think Nana Michelle's in Canada, but I could be wrong.
You just got to pay.
I can't remember.
Pay the money for them.
Can't remember anymore where everyone's at.
I can't, like, as U.S., I know you for sure can. Other countries, I'm not sure. Probably.
See, it's funny. You guys are out there buying the Aussie stuff to enjoy over there, and then I'm importing stuff like this.
Wait, which one is that? I've never seen
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Me either.
But you know what is funny, Nate, is that that brand is made by General Mills, which is located about, their headquarters is maybe about 20 miles east of me.
Oh, you can get Tim Tams on Amazon.ca.
So. Oh, can you? Okay, there we go. Canada then too.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm having Tim Tams delivered to my door now. You've created a monster.
What are you doing?
They're addicting.
I think someone's discovered something new she can do, so she's just going to keep doing it.
Yep. And what I like too here, Nate, about 2 weeks ago, I found there was a it's been around for 6 years, but I never noticed. There's a guy that moved here from Western Australia, from Perth, and he started his own pie shop, and he had everything imported in for his pie shop from Perth.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It's like that's the closest I'm gonna get to an authentic Aussie meat pie without going to Australia.
Yeah, where we go for our holidays, it's a little town called Glen Innes, and we stay at where they have their showgrounds. We stay there, and then within walking distance is like an award-winning bakery that we go to, and they had a girl a couple of weeks after these two, so they're excited to meet our girls. And yeah, they have so many, like they even have like lobster mornay pies and Mexican pies, and well, my favorite, I normally get the one with mashed potato and mushy peas on top.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's half the reason we go, is this pie shop just around the corner.
Oh yeah. And would you say traditional is like a beef stew one inside, right?
Oh, traditional is like, yeah, the mincemeat, sort of like the soupy mincemeat, not the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nana Michelle apparently is from the U.S. She's from Ohio. So
you bite it and it holds its integrity. It doesn't drip out. It's got to still be solid. But then you got pepper steak and chunky steaks. And
oh, so good.
You go to a proper Aussie pie shop, yeah, you'll see like about 20, 30 different varieties.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm hitting basically all the capital cities besides Hobart.
Yeah. They're pricier than most cookies, though, Chris, for the amount you get for the price. So I have to assume they're imported.
Yeah, they're made. I think they're made down in Melbourne.
Yeah, and Crystal loves real Cadbury, not the U.S. junk.
Well, the reason why the U.S. one sucks is because it's licensed out to Hershey.
Oh.
So you're going to any sporting events while you're here, Nick?
I don't think so, because I'm doing. Have you, Nate, ever heard of the GAN or the Indian Pacific?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing both of those trains both ways, so it's going to take me like 2 full weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I
Ooh.
go all the way from Darwin to Adelaide, spend the night, then I go from Adelaide back to Darwin, and then I fly through Melbourne to Sydney, and then I go from Sydney to Perth, and then Perth all the way to Sydney.
Mm.
Hey, baby
So,
girls.
because
That's
they do
definitely a
I'm
very
baby
good-
distracted. You guys carry
Yeah.
on with the conversation. I'm
Don't
playing with the
worry.
baby.
Each way of those trains do different excursions. So the north and southbound and eastbound and westbound do different stops along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Aggie.
It's like Coco. I
What
get to
you
go
doing?
to an underground opal mine.
Wow, that's awesome.
But does it go through Cooper Pedy?
Yes.
Cuba Petey? What are you guys
People,
talking about?
people live underground in Cooper Pedy, Coco. It's that hot.
Yeah, it's that damn hot. They live in like what looks like a cave.
Okay.
Like the house, like Hobbits,
So they're
like the house
underground
is
by
half put
choice,
out,
not because
but
they're like
yeah, they live
oh,
underground.
captive.
For cooling.
Okay. Hey, baby girls. Edie
Cooper
Aggie.
Pedy is one of the hottest, most isolated cities in the world.
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
damn hot through the center of the country, and they stop. And in your summertime, they don't even run the GAM because of the chances of the tracks heating up from being so damn hot.
Aggie waved. I swear Aggie waved earlier. She waved at me.
Edith,
Now
are
she's
you
not
having
looking
fun?
anymore.
Edith, are you having fun? I'll try and get Aggie's bottle back. She's dropped it into the abyss.
Aggie.
Yeah.
You gonna wave to Coco?
Don't hit me in the
Wave
head.
to Coco, Aggie. Hey, Edie. You gonna wave? She's like, nah.
Well, Coco, have you had any experiences with Air Canada?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people think negatively of them.
It's been a while since I've flown Air Canada, so I can't speak of recent things.
Hello,
I think the
Rita.
last time I flew Air Canada was probably when I was flying from Montreal to Vancouver to go to China, which at that point I switched. And that was probably, oh, good Lord. How old am I now? Probably about 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's Air Canada from Vancouver to Brisbane, but then on the way home it's Qantas, which is going to be like 16 hours, almost 17 on the same plane from Sydney all the way to Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I can't speak for. Honestly, for me, as awesome as your zoo experience sounds, I would have spent the money on the flight to get like first class on the flight.
I'm the other way, Coco. Is I would rather spend it on a more fun experience off the flight, and then I have do you know what bulkhead seats are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I got
front
the front row of the cheap seats. So that's what I got for the.
As long as it's a flight
Okay.
that has the in media TVs and all that, I don't care anymore. Like the flights go so quick once you got all that, access to new movies and all that.
Yeah.
Not like back in the
for
day.
shorter flights, anything under 5 hours, it doesn't matter. I'll get like the one with the exit row with the more legroom, whatever, because I'm a tall chick. I need that.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about flying to Scotland for a bit, I'm like, yeah, how much would it cost for first class, or at the very least business class? Because that's a long time to be uncomfortable.
Air Canada wanted $2,500 more US. It's like, yeah, no.
And
then Qantas was about the same for the flight back. It's like, I'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
What month are you coming in?
May and June.
Man, so you like that's people. A lot of British, especially, make the mistake of, I want to go to Australia when it's summer because that's why you go to Australia. No, you don't do that. Don't do that.
They're opposite.
You can still go
spring,
swimming
it's fall.
in
If it's winter, it's summer.
Like the Asians, they're smart. They come here in winter and they still go to the beaches and all that. And the beaches are half empty, but to them it's like, it'll be 22 degrees, 23 degrees. They're like, this is fine.
Oh yeah. With an empty beach, sign me up.
Except half of them
that's
drown.
like I work out. That's like I work as a postie up here in Minnesota, so I'm used to all the cold weather. So basically anything I come across in Australia, it's like, this is nothing.
On the middle of the night.
I agree, Rita. Rita said,
cool.
"I'm more as long as I don't have to fly, I'm good." I will if
You
it
don't want
makes
any more?
sense. I will drive before I will fly. But if it comes down to it, I'll fly. I have to, but I prefer not to.
We drive most places only because by the time we drive 2.5 hours back to the airport and then have to store the car and all that, most of the stuff, like we drove to near Adelaide because it was easier than just driving back.
Yeah, like when I went last summer to was it summer? No, it was winter. I went to Philly for work. It was an 8-hour, like from time I left my house, got to the airport, went through security, blah blah blah, like got off. It was 8 hours from my house to the hotel I'm staying at. I Google mapped that schnit, and it was an 8-hour drive.
Okay, your food's going to the doggies, girls.
Next time I'm driving.
Okay,
what are you doing?
Both water bottles are on the ground.
Hey, Aggie. Hey, Aggie. Hello, hello. Hi, Smiley Pants. Hi, Edie. Hi, Edie. Hi, Smiley.
Oh, so cute when the little things amuse them.
Oh, I know. Hey, Franklin. He's like, what do you want? Hey, baby. Oh.
We're up finally now.
Oh. Jeremy's on his feet.
I'll go see.
Did he see you? I was headed towards the house.
Frank, I'm not after your food, mate. Don't chase the cow.
Don't chase the cow.
Don't chase the cow.
Tiger, what are you doing? Hi, Jeremy. Oh, you're the goodest boy. You're the biggest boy. I love that cow. He's literally the only cow on the planet has me second guessing beef.
He's just like, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, what do I pose? What do I do? What do I do?
It's like, what are you doing?
You're the prettiest cow ever. Yeah. Oh, I love Jeremy. I want to give him a hug one day. How long do cows live?
Too bloody long.
Too bloody long.
It's like 15 to 20 years if you look after them.
Yeah. How old is he now?
Oh, like, I think maybe 7.
So I got time. Still got time to make it. My took us out to Australia.
Come on, boys.
Chris says, "LOL, don't blame you. I might have to go to grab a salad too."
We talk about Tim Tams and all that, and they all go grab a salad. It's like, that's doing it right, but doing it wrong at the same time. Like, come on.
Yeah. You can't suck hot chocolate through a salad.
You could try.
You can totally try. Hi, baby girls. Coco's back. Coco's back.
But something I was going to do that I have done before, Coco, but I found a better deal, is I don't have to drive on the left in Australia. I found a train to go up to the zoo.
Okay. Australia, you drive on the left.
Yep.
Okay.
And another new thing we're both getting good at. You girls ready? You going to do it with me? You going to clap your hands? Woo! Everyone clap your hands.
Oh.
That's Aggie's thing. She's good at the clapping. Yay!
There you go.
Yay!
Woo! Clap your hands. That's their favorite YouTuber, which I was going to get her to do a birthday video for her, but she's in surgery at the moment.
Oh.
I got a favorite YouTuber who I actually talked to her on Facebook. She's really good.
You guys are too precious for words. Oh my God, Coco's heart.
But she does personalized videos for like $30. So I was like, score. And then I went to get one for their birthday, and it's like currently sold out. And it's like, damn it. Yeah. Woo!
Aggie's just feeling it.
Clap your hands. Go, Edie. Go, Edie. I'm done with it now. That was so that's so 10 minutes ago. Woo, go Eggs!
He's like, what? Aggie's into it. Aggie likes to clap.
Yeah, Aggie's the clapper and Edie's the climber at the moment.
Are you the
And
escape artist?
Coco, they'll lie down watching TV and they'll do like the hands in front of them like that, or up on their chin, and it's so adorable.
Aww. What's the matter, Edie?
Coco, I find it interesting how your guys' money, this is an Aussie 100.
Yeah.
I find it interesting how theirs, and of course yours, are both so colorful, where mine is all basically just green with hints of other colors.
Yeah.
I don't even know
everybody's
what
money except US is different colors.
What was that, Nate?
Like I don't even like we haven't like if you have a $20 note.
It's got 100.
Yeah, I got a 20. I can see.
So
what
20 we call a lobster. So if you're betting, you're going to drop a lobster on number 5 at Randwick. So a lobster, and you'll see why it's called a lobster in a minute, Coco.
Okay. I'm assuming it's red.
So if he's got a 50 as well, see if you can guess what we call a 50.
See, that's a lobster.
That's a lobster.
Okay. See, our 50s are pink.
You have a 50 as well?
Yep.
It's
I guess
small.
what we call a 50.
Okay, so your 50 is the same color as our 100, and your 20 is the same color as our 50. Ish.
Yep.
Because here's a Canadian 50.
Yeah.
A 50 we call a pineapple.
Ah. And then a
Aggie singing. She's like, you're going to play music? I'm going to sing my own song.
We'll get the butt wipe now. You ready for a butt wipe?
Oh, they're too precious.
We'll get the tray away from you because that's where all the dirty stuff is.
She's like, but that's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah.
I want it back.
I wasn't done with that, sir. Don't take my plate away.
She looked like when the waiter takes your plate away before you're done. I'm like, but.
Oop, wrong one.
Chris got his salad.
Just hope one doesn't face plant while they're like that.
What?
Oh, can you see how wet Edith's front is?
Can't
It's a
really.
different color than the rest of the outfit.
Yeah, a little bit of a V there, yeah. Are you drooling, Edie? You drooler?
No, that was from drinking the water and tipping it upside down.
No.
Here's the other bottle for him. Oh, here it is. I'm seeing bits of toast everywhere.
The joys of babies. Yeah, they throw everything on the ground.
So you just did in Queensland for the one day for the park. Well, we like the main event here. We're the best one.
Oh yeah, and no better way to start out, Nate, is introduction to all the Aussie animals.
I watched. There's a YouTuber. I don't know his name or anything, but it popped up on just like a thing you might want to watch. But he made a comment about something being it's as Aussie as Outback Steakhouse, and people lost their minds going, Australia doesn't have Outback Steakhouses. You're an idiot.
Yeah. It's Sam something. I forget his last name offhand.
Yeah. So then he said me. Oh no, he had the same name as an AFL football player, and so he looked it up and realised there were 6 Outbacks in Australia. So then he did a whole video of flying over to the steakhouse.
Yeah, and then he just did another one, Nate, a day or two ago about American versus Australian brands of fast food.
Yeah.
Like how Hungry
the Outback
Jack's came
Steakhouse
to
we
be.
went to, that was one that we used to go to regularly because it was just around the corner from the disc golf course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to interject. I just love how Aggie thinks everything's hilarious.
Aggie?
Yeah.
Can I get that snooze? Can I get that bit of
She finds out a little less hilarious though.
Yeah, she didn't like that.
And then I found it funny, Nate, in that video, he said that the Australian locations don't use Tim Tams in their desserts like they do in America.
Oh, yeah, and the whole Outback Steakhouse isn't Aussie themed; it's just steakhouse themed.
Yeah.
Americans use Tim Tams in desserts. Where is this, and where can I get there?
Outback
American
Steakhouse.
Outback.
Tim Tam, is it Tim Tam cheesecake?
I forget what it is. It's like some brownie sundae or something they put Tim Tams in.
Huh.
It's at an American Outback Steakhouse. It's not
And
really
Coco,
Australian.
never seen again. Coco's gonna land in Florida and be like, people.
I need some Tim Tam desserts, okay?
Yeah.
Don't you want to try some American cuisine? No, I'm good with that. I heard that Tim Tam cheesecake.
I swear though, next cheesecake I make is having like a Tim Tam crust though, for sure.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, sorry.
What you doing, Axe? What you doing? What you doing?
What you doing, Aggie? Aww.
Hey,
I was supposed to get off a half hour ago, but there's like babies on the screen. I can't. They're too precious.
baby and Nick.
Yes, we love Nick too, but babies.
Yeah.
Aggie, what's funny?
Goodness. Everything's funny to Aggie.
You want to see them really have a good time? If I put themselves on the TV in the background, I'll have a ball.
Look, Coco has a blue tongue. They didn't see that. Oh my goodness. Oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, who's on the TV? Is it you guys? Rita, baby, that is so great. Agreed. Rita says, love to see them. I did see the last one when you get food.
Why is there volume? I've turned it down. That didn't make sense.
Do you have to hit up on the volume instead of
There we
down
go.
since you're in the southern hemisphere?
No, it's a new replacement remote, like our remote. It stopped doing, out of all the things it stopped doing, it was the down button and the volume down, which out of all the buttons in the world, I think they're like the two most important things on your remote.
Yeah, true.
So I had to buy like a replacement cheap one, and luckily they're only like $6 nowadays for replacement remotes.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
Chris is cooking up a steak now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Well,
steaks.
I figured out who's on the TV behind them. Who's that, Edie?
Yeah.
Who's that, Aggie?
Edie.
Aggie.
I'm over here too. It's like,
Hey, Aggie looked as you were waving.
Aggie. Hey! Oh,
That's like a handshake.
I love her so much.
Aw.
Edie, quick, do something cute. You
Edie's
didn't
just
left behind.
looking at me like.
Oh, that's cute too. Yeah.
She's adorably disdained. She's like looking down at me.
Who's that? Who's that, Edie?
Hey,
She's not looking back going, wait a sec. That.
Hi, Edie.
Oh no, here we go.
Edie.
What are you talking about?
Don't knock your whole chair over.
What's
Even
she
Aggie's
doing?
like, what are you doing, dude?
Bub, 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 bub.
Ba, 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 ba. Can you say Coco? Coco.
Welcome everyone to the baby hour with Coco. You girls are
Baby
just
girls.
too.
Oh, I want to squish them so bad. Not fair. You're so far. You're not allowed to be so far, Nate.
World's largest ocean.
I know.
Like we wanted to have their first birthday up at their grandma's house, and her mother at first was like, "No, I don't want to do that. Just have it at like a pub." And I'm like,
pub?
"No." So I said to Carmen, "Next time, force yourself upon your mother and just be like, we're having the birthday party there, okay?" And she did. I was proud of her. Carmen was just like, "So, Mum, yeah, I thought about it, and we're going to have the birthday party there, okay?" So she steamrolled her. She needed to. Like her mum's just been So about 2 months ago, like Carmen baked up a whole lot of stuff for Christmas for everyone, like cookies and things like that, like a whole bunch of them. And no one came for Christmas. That all got cancelled. So late January, her mother came up with some of her aunties to go to like our festival here. So they came here, then we all went into town. And then as we were leaving, Carmen's like, "Oh, call in so you can pick up everyone's gifts and all these cookies that I baked before they go off." Her mother would not divert 5 minutes to pick up stuff that Carmen spent a whole day cooking. So yesterday it finally all got thrown out to the chickens. So a whole day of cooking wasted because her mum didn't want to do 5 minutes of driving to come get them. I know, I want to hit the road. It's like, it's 5 minutes. Like, and yeah, so Carmen, she put a picture up and put it into the family group going, "You have to toss all these out because Mum didn't want to spend 5 minutes coming to get them."
I've literally, for people I had never met before, driven an hour past the destination to pick them up to bring them back to the destination. Like,
this was 5 minutes on the way. Like, they just had to come up our road, grab them, and then head straight back out. It would have been like not one of those country 5 minutes. It would have been 5 minutes.
that's crazy.
So yeah, like Carmen was very annoyed and upset.
I see you, Edie.
I haven't seen any family since November. Did I speak to you about my sister and what happened with her?
Yeah. Well,
That she was here and didn't come?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Weird.
And then we offered to take them there, and she still said, "I know we're busy." And it's like, these are your nieces.
Like, I have legit thought about hopping on a plane to see them, and I'm not related to you whatsoever.
Yeah, and she just had to hop in a car, or even just be in the one place so we could meet.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa! What's going on, Edie?
That.
Hey,
Oh,
Aggie.
you want kisses? You want kisses? You're a little bit cute.
You're a lot cute, not just a little bit cute. Oh my goodness, my heart. That's so crazy. I would be there in a minute if I had money for it. Agreed, Rita. You and me both.
See, everyone, I'd like it noted that Coco's enjoying watching the girls right now because her three favourite people are on that screen.
Oh my God, Aggie. Aggie's hilarious. Aggie's going to be the comedian.
You got Aggie, you got Edie, and then you got Coco in the middle.
Oh, there's a heck of a delay. I just waved. Let's see how long it takes to wave on the screen in the back. There it is.
Oh, I'm going crazy now.
Oh, we're dancing. We're dancing. We're dancing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, everyone, I'm putting a chair behind her chair. She's safe.
Oh my God, they're adorable.
Girlfriend.
It says I traveled 8 hours on the bus to go and babysit my friend's girls so she could go and be with her mom that was sick. I had the girls for 3 weeks. Holy smokes. That's dedication, Rita.
And now you're going, no. Girl.
We're dancing.
Well,
It's dancing time.
Okay, well, I think we're going in the playpen now.
I'm having a good time, Daddy. I'm having a good time.
To put in perspective, Coco, it's between Montreal and Brisbane. It's 15,000.
No.
It's 15,471 kilometers.
It's a lot of kilometers. Oh, they want to be on Coco's channel. Bring them back.
Oh no.
little delay.
now-
It'll take 30 seconds for them to see that on the big screen.
So now there's food all over the ground. Where's the
Mm.
phone's all gone wonky?
There you go.
There's food all over the ground, so there's only one solution for that.
Dog.
Dogs. Yeah. Here come the vacuum cleaners. Recess for mom
This
didn't
way.
make
Come
it,
on,
but
Frank. Come on,
happy
Frank.
with her.
Tiger.
Well, you're a heck of a friend, Rita. It's awesome to have friends like you.
Connie's nicked off.
Connie's like, what the frickin' frick, dudes? Connie is so unimpressed.
Come on, Tiger. This way. Tiger. Eat the rubbish on the
Find out
ground.
foods. Find the foods, Tiger.
Tiger here. There's your head.
What's
Yeah.
that cat's-
There it is.
Scared.
What's that cat's name? I only remember Connie's name.
Isabella.
Isabella.
She's very unimpressed with all this
whatever.
craziness.
It's like,
Doesn't give two
whatever.
craps.
Oh, look at that, everyone. Good job, boys.
All cleaned up. Carms will come home and be like, this is a good
Come on,
job
Frank.
cleaning up. But it's all the dogs.
No, they left all the banana from the wheat bix. That's all right. So you're gonna go on the half-hour mark, or it's not even that anymore? You're just gonna go 2 hours now.
I don't even know. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm debating. You guys want to stay on for a bit or you want to get going?
I'm fine with whatever. I've been off the last couple of days. I work tomorrow, but still it's plenty of time. I'm an hour behind you anyways.
Rita says, where are the animal vacuums? What about the chat? What do you guys want? You guys want to stay on for a bit? Or want to get going?
We're like an hour and a half away from the next bottle, so I got plenty of time.
I'm going to need a tinkle, though, if we stay on, because cocktails. Apparently, they want to come out at some point.
I cannot make that any higher. Sorry, I've got to like bob down.
Okay, so I'll be right back. I'll go tinkle. Will you guys decide in the chat if you want us to stay on or, well, don't thumbs down like the thing, just like in the chat. Let me know. Don't thumbs down the live. But
Girls.
okay, so I'll be right back.
Geez, I just saw about 3 feet of myself. Turned around and I'm like on my own. Oh. No, there we go. Nana Michelle, I'll be listening while doing the dishes and such for sure. Lena, Rita, not sleeping yet, so I'm good. Yeah, stay listening while I cook. Everyone's like here, but not. They're all doing stuff, so it's like
They're here, but they're not. Yeah.
We're good background noise.
Yeah. And what I find interesting now, Nate, it's a lot easier to tell. I'm not sure if it's the same up where you're at, but I know the time difference between me and Brisbane is 15 hours. Are you the same time as Brisbane?
Yes.
I mean, not Brisbane, I mean Melbourne.
Now we are.
Okay. Yeah,
For 6 months of the year, we're not.
Oh, you're not? Okay. We're now being 15 hours is a lot easier to tell where you just add 3 and then you flip the clock.
Yeah, that actually the last night of holidays when we were down in the southern state, that's when it changed. So we gained an extra hour of sleep that night with that last day of holiday.
Yeah, I find it interesting. It's about a month difference. Not sure if it's the same in the fall, but the spring switch for the North America is about a month before the Australian switch.
Yeah, I'd say like our seasons are all like I get both systems, but especially I think it's compared to Canada, but I think you guys are the same too. That your seasons are based around the what's it called, when the sun's like the shortest days and longest days and all that.
Solstice.
Yeah, whereas ours are just 1st of March. That's autumn. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Whereas I had to get used to that in Canada, where it was like, isn't it like the middle of the month it becomes autumn or something? And it's like, oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah.
But it's actually based around the proper, when the temperatures are actually changing.
Yeah, where it's a little bit of both. Up here, it's a little bit of both.
It's funny in Australia that they as soon as it ticks over to March, it doesn't matter if it's a 35-degree day. It's autumn, so people will be out in their jumpers, and it's like, but it's not.
Yeah,
The calendar says it's autumn, but it's not.
true. What I like watching, Nate, from your country is, you ever hear the show Border Security?
Yeah, and we met last time we came through the airport. One of the main guys was there that's on that all the time.
Oh, fair enough. I like that, seeing how stupid people are when they go through customs. It's like, really? Really?
It's
People are
from a
this
certain
stupid?
It's people from a certain culture who they think that either we don't have the same stuff as them or it's all too expensive. Whereas, like, when we used to have people from those countries stay in our house, we would take them to their grocery stores and show them that all the stuff is here and it's all pretty cheap by compared to what you're actually making while you're in Australia. But they send each other like massive parcels of all this food that all of it's available here, and they spend like $50 postage. It's like, it's all here. We're an Asian country as well. I'm sorry, I didn't say Asian.
Yeah, just coming back to what I was listening to. I don't know. In Canada, I think US also, but in Canada, it's the 21st of whatever month it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't vary. It's always the 21st.
Well, like, even that's like I was saying, it is the 21st for official, but you can tell when the weather does change when it actually is.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna go out with a sweater just because it's 21st of like October, or what is it?
December.
I'm telling you, people do that here, Coco. As soon as it's autumn, it's like, yes, I get to dress in autumn fashions, and it'll be 35 degrees.
Yeah, I just look at the temperature outside and judge accordingly.
Yeah. I don't look forward to autumn. We get older.
I love autumn. Oh my god, it's my favorite month. I love that crisp smell of winter coming. I don't like it when winter comes, but I love that smell of winter coming.
Hey, I lucked out. I only had to use my snowblower once this year.
Yeah, I didn't use it at all. I just it snowed right before I had to do groceries that weekend. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna order groceries this week. I did slow blow shovel, nothing all year.
That's the thing. That's the new normal now. That there's not as many snow days, but when it snows, it's like 6 feet of snow.
It dumps. Yeah, it's saving it up for that one shot.
Rain. We used to have like nice days where it would just, or even like a week where it would just drizzle for a week. Now we get like 10 minutes of absolute crazy and then boiling hot again. It's like, I want to go back to when we had just a week of a little bit of rain.
Yeah, it's weird too. Last winter we got dumped to holy hell with snow, and then this winter nothing.
That's usually how it goes. It's like really bad with snow, so with snow. Really bad with snow, so with snow.
And the best part about last winter is I got to skip 2 months of it. I was in I got this hat. I was in Dublin in Ireland.
Okay. Cool.
So I hear Coco, all my coworkers talking about how easy it was, hard it was last winter. It's like, thank God it wasn't my problem.
Yeah, Rita says our time always changed the last weekend in March and last weekend in October. Okay.
Yeah, that was something different for me to get used to over there. Was like it not being the 1st of March, being the season, like actually being like the middle of the month. It was like, what, the season's changing to that? Yeah.
Did you live in Canada, Nate?
Yeah, for 9 months.
Okay.
Yeah, last winter I didn't leave the house at all.
Coming up here,
go ahead.
Yeah. Before this trip coming up here next month, I've only been to one part of Canada. I've only been to Vancouver.
It's probably the prettiest part, aside from maybe Old Montreal. Old Montreal is pretty quaint, but that goes. Vancouver's pretty pretty. What?
When I went to Vancouver, I got sent down to White Rock, and that's absolutely beautiful down that area.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's right on the border.
I love it. Vancouver, there's not much. I get to go through Jasper.
I was living in Alberta for quite a while, but I was too busy working to actually end up going there. But before I went home, I made sure to stop at Banff. We went backwards to go forwards.
I greyhounded across Canada, if you didn't know that. I went from Vancouver to Toronto, and then 9 months later, I went back the other way. On
And
purpose. I
you
wanted to
can't
see
do
the
that anymore.
country.
You can't do it anymore. Greyhound Canada went to fucked.
Oh,
What?
There's no bus service transcontinental in Canada anymore. It went defunct.
that's sad.
No, I drove and I made sure, like, on the way back, I stopped at like places I would never see again.
Yeah.
I was
My
a little
favorite
disappointed
was
because they were
Sault
shut
Ste.
down because
Marie.
of the time of year. I stopped at the site for Corner Gas. Anyone ever watched Corner Gas?
Only Canadians watch that.
You have to watch it.
Yeah.
You have to watch Corner Gas. But I stopped at the set. Like, but normally they have like tours, they give you a map or whatever, but they were shut down that time of year. I was on my way back. But I still got to see like where the police station was, where the post office was. Like, it was so cool. And like the Ruby, the the gas station, the Corner Gas
Corner
station.
Gas is
as
no
well as the
longer the
restaurant.
iconic Canadian TV show anymore. Now it's Kim's Convenience. That's the iconic Canadian show.
No, Corner Gas is still the best. It's so awesome.
Yeah. And something I'm doing before I leave the east part of Canada, I'm taking my mother and father down to Niagara Falls. 'Cause I've been a couple of times. My father's been a couple of times, but my mother's never been.
Oh wow.
And as you probably know, Coco, that Canadian side looks a lot different than the American side.
It really does. Make sure you go at night when it lights up and stuff.
I can't. I got to get back to
No?
Toronto. I got to take the train back to get ready
No.
for the Canadian the next day.
No.
But we still found.
Not
I
bad.
found a really nice mom and pop Italian restaurant that's actually a fair price compared to the bloated prices in Niagara Falls.
I feel like I'm being attacked. I know.
We're coming
I
again.
know, babies. That's got to be Aggie, right?
That's Aggie, yep.
Yeah. Hi, Aggie. Hi, Aggie. Hi, pretty girl. I see your teeth. I see your teeth.
She's touching you. Now she's picked up the phone and now we're probably gone.
Well, they're at the age where what everything goes in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hey, Edie. I see you back there. I see you.
That's how we get them. If they're at the back of this playpen and we need them, we just put the camera, turn it around, and they always selfie.
Hello. Hi, baby girls. Oh, I want more kids, but I don't at the same time.
You know what's funny,
Oh,
Coco,
my
is a
goodness.
coworker of mine that has the same birthday we do.
Mhm.
3-4 years ago, when she was about to give birth to her son in November, she said, "I'm not going to have my F-word son on my F-word birthday." She ended up giving birth to her son on her birthday.
Oh, good Lord.
Or is it just great?
I waited at least a month after my birthday to give birth to mine. 17th and 18th
Oh, we lost
of
volume.
December.
Volume again. That was the daddy one.
Oh. He's got some unhappy campers.
Oh. But
Coco, you know who V is, right?
Tactic. She actually she went stiff and then slid down to the ground.
Oh.
Like an advanced, I don't want to be held technique.
What's the matter?
Don't call for your mother. That's mean. Mom.
Stay here, guys. You're stuck with Daddy.
Mom. I'll put on Miss Monty for him, even without any sound. She'll still make him happy. Yeah, Sam Reed, that's the guy.
Yeah, Sam Reed. Yeah.
What about him again? I forget what we were talking about him.
He went to
He's
Outback
the one
Steakhouse in Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But then
I
he's
like
done a
that
couple
guy.
of other videos. At first, he made a joke within the video that So he went to the airport, and then he got a hire car, and he went to Outback Steakhouse and all that. And then he's like, okay, so now I'm heading home. He's like, no, I'm here for 5 days. Don't. He pretended that he's only there to do that and nothing else.
Even 5 days, that's a hell of a flight for 5 days. Like, if I go anywhere beyond like 8 hours of flying, I'm staying for 2 weeks, whether you like it or not.
That's
Plus you
like
had
I'm
delays
in
and all that.
well,
Hmm?
yeah. Well, that's like I'm going to be. Well, I lose the day going over the Pacific, but I'm going to be in Australia for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one on my bucket list, definitely Hawaii, but that's like a good almost full day of travel. So if I'm gonna spend that much time traveling, I need at least 3 weeks that I can spend there.
Daddy just needs a minute now, girls.
And 4 weeks of vacation from work. So I can take a week to recover afterwards before going back to work.
I just feel there's stuff in my beard. We all made that mistake when you get back from holidays and then you start work. We did that with Japan. 20-day holiday and got back the Sunday and then I had to work the Monday.
Good Lord.
Right, get back
That's
at
what I'm
least
doing.
the Saturday, people. Have 1 day of sleep.
Yeah, I can't do that. No, I need vacation from my vacation after I get back
No,
from a long vacation.
My rest period is I got 3 days on the way back since I'm flying Sydney directly to Dallas. I'm staying 3 days and 3 nights with one of my mom's first cousins down there, so I can at least
Okay.
get my body reacclimated into my home time zone.
Okay. I see your eyeballs. Hey, Peekaroo.
Miss
Peekaboo.
Smiley.
I see you. Hello.
She's going off, so I was like, well, put her on camera again. That'll make her happy.
Hello.
Miss Monty's on the TV.
Coco, what do you think of? Yeah,
What do you think of
Coco,
what?
what do you think of beaver tails?
Oh
Beaver
my
tails.
goodness. So good. You have to have one if you haven't yet.
You ever have one? Beaver tail?
Oh my, yeah. Every
These
chance I
damn
get.
kids are noisy. I'm getting out of here. Bloody
Yeah, if you
kids.
see a place like when I was in Toronto, like a bunch of like coworkers from the US came over, and I'm like, you cannot leave Toronto without getting a beaver tail because they had the beaver tail right outside the conference, like at the aquarium, the Toronto Aquarium. I'm like, you cannot leave Toronto
Yeah.
without having a beaver tail.
I lived in Canada for 9 months and I still don't
Yeah.
even know what a
'Cause I was
beaver
at
tail
their-
is.
It's basically a flat donut covered in cinnamon sugar. And then you have, I like it plain like that. That's how I prefer it. But you could put like Nutella and bananas on it or strawberries and Nutella. You could put like different toppings on it. But it's shaped like it's a long oval. Looks like a beaver tail. That's why they call it beaver tail.
Okay, you just confused me then, Coco, because I was going to jump on you for your odd pronunciation of Nutella, but then you pronounced it differently both times. You hit a Nutella and a Nutella.
Did I call it Nutella the first time?
You said Nutella, then you said Nutella.
I don't know. Whatever. The chocolate hazelnut schnut.
I did have a funnel cake at the Toronto at what's that called? The Canada's Wonderland.
Not the same. You need a beaver tail if you're ever back.
Mm.
It looks like that. It looks like that, Nate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just like the plain old, like just cinnamon sugar. So good.
So it's just a donut that they messed up. So then they went, oh, well, we'll just put some snudge on it and call it a
And then
beaver
that's
tail.
what a plain one looks like.
What?
Oh, okay.
They're not usually that thick, even the plain ones. They're a little flatter in the middle, but
Yeah. The general shape. But no, it
They're
works
missing
out.
it.
Is my hometown baseball team is going to be in town to play the Blue Jays the day I land. So it's like, oh, win-win.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of the Blue Jays, when I was in Toronto last weekend, I was leaving the conference on the Sunday. Was it the Sunday? I think no, on the Saturday. There was like the Blue Jays home opener, as well as like the Leafs had a game, and they're like just down the street from each other. So walking traffic was ridiculous when I was leaving the conference. It was insane.
I didn't realize how close the NBA/NHL arena was to the Rogers Center.
They're really freaking close.
I don't even know what it's called nowadays. They keep changing the name. It was the Air Canada, then it was something else, and isn't it named
I
after
thought
the?
you
They
meant
call it the
Real
Scotia
Beaver
Bank.
Tail because I know people.
Mm.
They call it
They
they call it the Scotia Bank Arena now, the one for the Raptors and the Leafs.
Yeah, and it used to be the Rogers Centre, and then you got the Sky Dome's called something
Well,
else
the
now
Rogers
too.
Center is still the Rogers Center is actually still the that's
The
the
Sky
baseball
Dome
one. Yeah, it's they just call it the Rogers Center now.
and the Argonauts.
Wait, do the Argonauts play there? Do you know?
Yeah,
Oh.
the last time I was there, I had an option to go to another baseball game or another Argonauts game, and I chose CFL over the baseball. I went to one baseball game, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. I've done that.
Actually,
CFL
things
game's a
must
lot
have
more fun.
changed. They play at a
Oh my god!
They-
What kind of tail you talking, Chris? Oh my god! Oh
They
my
must
goodness, sorry.
things must have changed, Nate, since you were there because they what do you know what year you were in Toronto?
2007, so a while back.
A while back, yeah.
Okay,
Of course,
So this one,
2007
I just
sounds
looked.
like yesterday, but
It does, but no, is they moved out in 2007 to a place called that's now called BMO Field.
Okay, so I was there for their last season. Didn't even know that.
So now the Rogers Center, heck, they just spent the last 5 months. I was watching a video. They tore out their entire Laurel Bowl, and they tore out the grass and everything underneath and rebuilt it. So now the stadium is specific just for baseball.
Nate and
Okay.
Nick have no idea what's going down in the chat.
Oh, I saw a little bit. Someone talking about my hair. For a 47-year-old man, I've got a lot of bloody hair. It's short on purpose.
I no longer have a nose ring because of my niece. That was a choice. I'm like, no, that's not going back. After the second time, she ripped it under my nose.
This is a favorite target.
Mm-hmm.
And my glasses constantly, like as soon as I put them anywhere near my face, it's always every time.
Blind dad.
And then you get them back with a nice big smudgy paw print all over them. if not a couple, if they hold them and they like to lick the front as well, like, yeah, thanks for that.
Oh,
Much
my dogs
appreciated.
like to lick my glasses.
Yeah.
Well, I had to get away. I had
Yeah.
screaming kids in the other room. I had to
My
get away
little-
from them.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
What else am I missing in the chat? Oh, they're talking about the
No, it's
beaver
just
tail.
the
And
beaver tails. He never clarified though.
So Coco, do people actually like Tim Hortons up there? Is it actually good coffee or no?
it's a religion.
It is. I actually had again at the conference, people from the US were like, I went to Tim Hortons. It's not all it's like, didn't live up to the hype, whatever. I'm like, well, it's the coffee, not like the donuts and shit. That's just extra. It's the coffee. And like, okay, the coffee was good. So yeah, the coffee is good.
It's cheap, easy, and adequate. Like you hop in the
Yeah.
car, you're driving anywhere. It's like, well, Tim Hortons is just around the corner, pretty much everywhere you are. And you got a cup
Everywhere,
holder,
yeah.
so it's like I may as well have a coffee in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it is good coffee.
Well, that's like
I
me
mean,
at my hotel.
honestly, since McDonald's switched it up, McDonald's has good coffee now too. So depending who's busier with their lineup at the drive-through on your way to work, choose accordingly. They're just as good. But
And if
I
I
think Tim
remember right,
Hortons,
Nate, isn't
the
the
big thing is
McDonald's
go ahead.
the McDonald's term down under? I think is Macca's, right?
That's correct. And we started the McCafe. That was us. So you can blame us.
Yeah.
When
But,
talking about Tim Hortons, I tell people the story when I was living in Canada that there was a Tim Hortons that I would go to every morning, and it was like ridiculously busy. Like you'd have like 20, 30 cars would be out the road and all that. So rather than build another Tim Hortons somewhere else nearby, the building next door became a totally separate Tim Hortons right next to it, just to cater for it. So there were two totally different businesses
That
side
sounds
by
Canadian.
side.
Yeah.
Just like I was blown away. Like it never anything else you could imagine they would do that. Or maybe like Family Marts in Japan or something, they might do that and have two of them side by side like 7-Elevens. But yeah, it was like, nope, too busy. Oh, we'll just build another one right there.
Yeah, I think Tim Hortons' biggest thing is their cream. It's like 30-something% cream, which is like ridiculous. So if you take cream in your coffee, the cream will make or break the coffee. And Nana Michelle says McDonald's bought the old Tim Hortons coffee. Then Tim Hortons changed from what I heard on another YouTube channel. I forget where. Okay. That explains a lot because it is like McDonald's went from schnook coffee to really good coffee like overnight.
And this relates to what Nick and I were talking about earlier with that guy that he made a video about, is fast food better in Australia than America and all that. I was actually watching this documentary and they were talking about, like, you'll see on YouTube channels especially and all that, they'll talk about like this special edition McDonald's, they did this in the Philippines, they did this in Canada, they did this in Mexico, like all these awesome things they come out with. And they were talking about it as why in America that happens a lot less now. And the person said literally, like, if we made, say, a hula burger again with a pineapple ring on it, we would have to dominate the market for pineapples in America for 6 months in order to get enough pineapples to do that. So because of the scale of how many restaurants there are in America, they just can't do it because they would have to literally be buying up whole farms of pineapples to do that. So whatever extra ingredient they want to add to their menu, logistically it is just insane.
Did you say pineapple ring on a burger?
Yeah, I'm just using that as an example, like a hula burger.
Okay. Because
anything. So most of their, like in America, when they do specials, it'll just be, they'll mix up what they've currently got and create like, like a Big Mac with barbecue sauce or something. That's how they sort of do specials in America.
Or the big thing here. The big thing here for McDonald's is about once a year. I'm not sure if it's Canada and Australia too, but once a year they do the McRib.
Yeah. It has been years since Canada has had the McRib.
But we get, like in Australia, we get
dating
different
Mr.
weird things all the time.
The last time we had the McRib. And I only remember that because he called it the McPulled pork because there are no bones in it.
Yeah. But we get different things all the time.
They do that about once a year because they can't get enough pigs.
Yeah. Like literally, if anything they add, they have to then dominate the market to, even if they just add, say, a slice of cucumber to a burger and all that, they've got to buy so much of it that it's hard for them to get enough to do it. So it's quite interesting.
Like McRib, as much as I love the McRib, just because it's like 10 years between every time it freaking comes to Canada, if it was there all the time, it would not sell like it did if it wasn't limited.
Yeah. Or here, how about this one? What do you think of McDonald's Canada's poutine?
If anyone is buying it, do not judge your opinion of poutines on that. It'll do in a dire situation.
What about Costco?
But it's not a real poutine.
Costco poutine? Poutine?
No, you need a greasy spoon, side of the road trailer. They have the best poutines.
Well, that sounds like the Mexican places in Texas. If the building is crappy, it's a better place.
And that's the rule with pie places in Australia. The more upmarket, and like in that video, the guy gets a pie and it's got carrots stopped dead. Like, why is there carrot in his meat pie? You don't have carrots in meat pie.
That's not a meat.
No, it's like it was an abomination. And he didn't like it. And then he got a proper one later, and he's like, "Oh, this is so much better." It's like, well, no shit, Sherlock. It doesn't have carrot in it.
Yeah.
Chris said Japan has stuff on the menu. Oh, go ahead.
The whole thing behind the meat pie, Coco, is you're supposed to be able to hold it in your hand, like if you're going to watch what they would call a footy.
Okay. And Chris said Japan has stuff on the menu also that is not here. In the Middle East, there are lots of chicken sandwiches. Like India, they don't serve beef. Yeah. Also, just saying, when I went to Germany in the year after I graduated, I won't go there. Most of you probably already know how old I am, but they have beer on the menu in the German McDonald's. And rest assured, Coco took advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I went to Germany about a year ago for the first time.
Yeah, and there was no quarter pounder, though, on the German menu.
On the bullet train, the Shinkansen in Japan, like they bring around a drinks cart and you can buy like a can or a bottle of beer and all that. I didn't feel like one, but it's like I can buy one, so I'm going to. Same at the airport. Tokyo Airport, they have like vending machines for beer, so it's like, okay, well, I can buy a beer out of the vending machine. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. What meant the most to me when I was in Germany last year, my great grandmother, my paternal grandfather's mom, was born in Hamburg in 1908. She left when she was 2 with her sister and parents in 1910 from Hamburg for New York. I was able to find the same building they left from 113 years later.
Wow. Chris says,
Good
I had a
stuff in
burger from
Germany.
McDee's in New Zealand. Was so good. So good, very beefy meat compared to here.
Like
Huh.
our
Yeah.
McDonald's is
I find
apparently
it-
high rated compared to America, but then New Zealanders, they come to Australia and have our beef burgers and all that, and they're like, oh no, it's so we're seen as one of the better beef for McDonald's and all that in the world, but then New Zealand's meant to be like a step up from that.
I find it interesting, Nate, is I didn't know until about a month ago why the New Zealanders are called Kiwis. Because it's like their
I
national
still
bird.
don't know. Is it?
It's just the bird, the
It's
kiwi.
their national
So-
bird.
Oh, my brain thought the fruit.
No, just the animal, the kiwi.
That's
Like-
what I thought before I learned it was the bird. I thought it was the fruit.
Okay, I'm not alone. Thanks for stepping up, Nick. Making me feel not so bad.
Yeah.
Hi again, Suzanne. Canada just
Hey, we all
won the
gotta learn
Women's
at some
World Hockey
point.
Championship. Woo! Sorry,
What was
Canada just won the Women's World Hockey Championship against the U.S. tonight, 6-5.
that? Mm.
Go Canada! It's your birthday.
Yeah. Well, it's not Canada Day yet.
No, but it's a happy day.
I know. Well, I didn't
Not my
realize either
problem.
until I rewatched a video from the Vancouver Olympics is that the U.S.-Canada trading partnership is the biggest in the world. Hell, I think it said that the amount of trade that goes over the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor in a day is more than we do in a year in Japan.
Oh, yeah, I could see that because, like, honestly, Windsor, if you're actually there, like my brother-in-law's from there, it's very Detroit-esque.
Yes,
The way
yes.
they talk, the way like it is.
Yeah.
It is Detroit. It's Canadian Detroit.
It's
is what it
Detroit
is.
light. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know either, the Ambassador Bridge is privately owned.
Is it?
And but they're doing a public bridge now. They're calling the Gordie Howe Bridge. That's a partnership between, I don't know if it's the Canadian government directly or if it's Ontario or whoever, someone on the Canada side, and then they're partnering with the state of Michigan on the other side. It's gonna be it's like one of the world's largest cable stayed bridges, so it's gonna be freaking huge. So that there's no concrete pillars in the river. They're on both
Gee, I wonder
sides,
why they're
and then they
pushing for
got
that
huge
now.
ass cables that are gonna be holding up the bridge across it.
What would they be pushing for
They're
bridges that
pushing
don't
for
have
that because of what
pylons
happened in
anymore?
Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Baltimore.
That made world news. Don't worry, that was instantly on news here when that happened.
Well, that's
so
like
Nate
too.
in
Is,
Australia
I don't know if
heard
you
about
guys
this.
remember.
And Coco over here heard nothing about
The
this.
bridge in Baltimore.
Well, that
You've
the
not
ship
the
that
bridge,
hit the bridge in Baltimore.
Oh, the collapse. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how
Well,
the
that's
collapse
like the
happened,
last
right?
thing-
The boat hit.
Yes.
Well, that's like the last famous.
Carry on.
That's like
Coco
speaking
said
of
nothing.
2007 from speaking of 2007 from earlier is the last famous bridge collapse, not for a good reason, but famous bridge collapse in the United States was in Minneapolis in 2007.
Mm.
And we got a new
It's
bridge
funny,
up in like 15 months.
I was talking in another chat, and they were commenting about Australia and all the dangers and all the things the animals and all that here. And then I was spoken to about with Coco at one stage where they had, was it Winnipeg that had like that cold, or no, it might have been Montreal, where it was like so cold that all the power lines all froze and then all collapsed.
ice
And like
storm?
Montreal was in the dark for like a month or something. So I was saying, like, literally, yes, there's dangerous animals that you might come across here, but there's like 6 months of the year where you can, like, your car breaks down and it's a life or death situation. Like, that to me is a lot scarier.
Okay, that was once, like back in like 97, like 97, 98.
Well, that's
so like,
You watch the documentaries of it, and it's like, it was like, wow, like it was a crazy.
but it's not an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
all
No, but I'm
saying.
saying,
Well,
but being
yeah,
trapped
well,
in your
Coco, isn't that
car in
why?
the snow is like it can be your car breaks down in the wrong spot in the middle of winter. Like you've got to be like, are we going to hoof it or are we going to hope that someone comes, sort of thing?
Just in the winter,
Well,
travel with extra blankets or something. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Coco, isn't that why you guys call it winter peg?
In Winnipeg, yeah, it's Winterpeg.
Yeah,
Winterpeg is crazy cold because there's
that's the
literally like,
coldest
I don't
place
know,
I've been.
it's right after like the prairies and just it's windy, it's cold, it is ridiculous. But in Montreal,
I've
at least we have
been
like the mountains and stuff and buildings that like block the wind. So it's not as
in.
windy, but it does get cold and it does snow a lot. And so yeah.
Yeah, that's where I sat having breakfast at the Winnipeg Greyhound, and the weather went from -32 to -33 to -34 while I was having breakfast. And I've said it many times, but people will say, "Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?" And it's like, once you get down to that, it don't matter.
Yeah.
They- that's when
It's the
they
same.
start.
What is it?
That's when
I
they
think it's
start
like
lining up. 40, I think, is when it
yeah, it's
is
like
lined up.
negative 35 or negative 40. That is just the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's that cold, it's just cold. It doesn't
But
matter.
this was heading into the morning, so it was actually like the sun was coming up, but it was still getting colder. And I was just like, this
Yeah.
is just insane.
Yeah. I've been once to
That's
Winnipeg.
where
And it was cold AF.
That's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad out of all the videos I've watched of people reviewing the train across Canada, some of them being in the winter, it's like that's why I'm glad I'm going in May because it won't be butt fucking cold.
Yeah.
Mm.
That'll
Yeah, if you're
actually
ever
be a
coming as a
decent temperature
tourist to
all the way
Canada
across Canada.
to see stuff, don't ever, unless you're here to ski, don't come in the winter. Ever.
That's what
Yeah.
like what Nick's clearly done here is when you're traveling, like if you're doing it years in advance, like it's amazing the amount of people who will turn up to a different country and all that, and you'll say to them, oh, like whether they've just missed a major event or they've come in the worst season and all that. Like we're planning to go to Tokyo Disney in like 8 years' time with the girls, and we already know, that January is the best time of year to go to that one because of the weather and the schools and all that. Like it's not hard to do research anymore, people. Whereas the amount of people that turn up in places and you're like, why are you here now? Like it's the worst time.
Yeah, probably
They'll come a
because of
week after footy. They'll
flights
come a
in the
week after
hotel were
football
cheap
season.
that time of
Mm,
year. They're like, oh,
yeah.
there's a good deal on the flights and the book
Mm.
package with the flight and the hotel, whatever. It's
Yeah.
because it sucks to be there right now.
It does. Well, that's like what sucks too is I really hate it is Vancouver is the most expensive city ever when it comes to accommodations. Holy crap. It's even worse than Toronto.
Yeah.
I had to pay 500 American dollars for one night at a rented out condo through Airbnb because even the
Wow.
freaking
Mm.
hotel, even the hotels were higher than that. Don't get me wrong.
It's crazy.
It's a Thursday night, so it's a weekend, so prices are going to be higher anyways. But I had to get a Airbnb because it's got 4 beds, and so I had the folks with me. And 2, before I fly to Australia, after a week and a half in Canada, I need my own in-unit washer and dryer to get everything reset before I get on the flight.
Yeah.
That's what Carmen asked me the other day when it came to Canada or America. She said, if you went back, where would you go? And I said, definitely a smaller town where you can rent something for a month and actually enjoy your time there and be able to travel
Yeah.
around a little bit from there. Well, I would not, like 90% of the big cities, I would avoid like the plague in terms of
Yes.
staying in them.
Of course, you have to fly to one if a day comes to it,
Yeah.
but beyond that, no.
Mm.
Yeah. It's still cheaper to take a longer cab ride to a more outskirt, whatever place.
Yeah.
I said in terms of America, if we went back there again, I said like I'd spend like a couple of weeks in like the Northwest, like in Oregon or Washington.
It's beautiful.
Mm.
Well, that's where like too is
And
Coco.
far
You
away
know
from
who?
Florida.
Yeah, Coco. You know who V is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the last one I heard that had a recent experience with Air Canada that says it sucks and she hates it. And she was
Okay.
saying I should avoid them like the plague. But when I booked the flight, I had a choice between going from Vancouver to San Francisco to Brisbane, or I could just suck it up and do Air Canada from Vancouver to Brisbane. It's like, I'm just going to suck it up. If I have a choice between a direct flight and a connection, I'm going to take the direct.
Yeah.
Well, our last time traveling, we made one fatal mistake that we didn't know until we got there and then researched it. that we arrived back in Sydney Airport at like 10 o'clock at night and thought, okay, well, we'll get accommodation, or a worst case scenario, we'll just hunker down until our 7 o'clock flight the next morning back to Brisbane. Sydney Airport is one of the few in the world that shuts its doors overnight. So
That's
it was
nuts.
like one of our worst nights we've ever. It was the last night of our holiday. We would have been sick half the holiday in Thailand, and then we had to go sit outside. And like I'm messaging everyone I know in Sydney, and like everyone's like, "Oh, sorry, it's a bit late notice and all that." It's like, but we're fucking stranded here.
I find it interesting too, Nate. I was reading that Sydney's putting in a second airport.
Okay, yeah, out west, I'm guessing, because they're growing exponentially. Like literally, there's like where I live outside of Brisbane, it's like a 2-hour drive, and I'm in the outskirts of the city of Brisbane. There's people who live in Sydney who, like, literally, for them to drive to the city of Sydney would be like an hour and a half drive. Like their outer suburbs are just ridiculous now that they're like all these little satellite cities that still call themselves Sydney, and it's like, at what stage you're not Sydney anymore? You're having a laugh. So yes, it's not surprising there'll be an airport out there, because that's where all the people are going now. No one can afford the city anymore.
No. But something I do like in between all three of our countries here is if you're a member of Costco, your card works in any country.
Does it? I didn't know that. Huh.
Because if you're Costco Canada, Australia, US, wherever, it works wherever. So if I can go to, I asked at my local one, they're like, yeah, as long as it's a Costco, you can use it wherever the hell you go.
Makes sense,
Then
because if someone's
again-
going as a tourist, they're not going to be buying a lot. They're just there out of interest to see it.
Exactly.
They're just
If
there
you're
out
gonna go
of
to
interest.
Australia, you're not gonna buy like 5 liters of mayonnaise.
No.
Yeah, you're just there, you're just there to look at it and have a meal, and
Yeah,
that's
you're
it.
just
Like
there to go to
went
the
to
food court.
IKEA in Malaysia, and it was interesting just to see in other countries IKEA. Like it was attached to another shopping center. We didn't spend the whole day in IKEA, people. It was
Does it look the
attached
same
to it.
though? Is it the same maze where you can't escape? You have to go like from the start to the finish.
Similar for the most part, yeah. But it was
Yeah.
just sort of, and it's always weird. It's always weird to go to something like that is so like neutral, and so then you're in a totally different country. But then for that hour, it's like you could be anywhere. So it's sort of a bit surreal.
And the big Costco thing is the different things they do in between the different countries. At least for the food court when it comes to that. It's like they took away the combination pizzas here. The Supremes.
No, okay.
I always get the meatballs when I go. It's been really a long time since I've been, but I always get the meatballs.
They don't do that here in America.
The meatballs?
You mean for IKEA, I'm guessing, Coco.
Oh, meatball.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking IKEA. I thought you were talking Costco.
Costco.
Sorry, I lost
somebody
IKEA
said something about IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA. Yeah, I'm not.
We're gonna go to IKEA because they got the best baby chairs, and they got ones like it's baby chairs, but then it actually has like a catch guard at the bottom. So when they're throwing food around like nutters, and if you don't have dogs, it actually catches the food in the bottom of the high chair.
Yeah, we've
had a baby
IKEA
shower
here.
once, and somebody bought me something from IKEA. To this day, I have no idea what the frick it was. I just said thank you. I have no idea what it was. No instructions, no nothing. Just some weird thing you had put together with nothing. I'm like, no idea what it was.
Yeah, we've had an IKEA here for like 20 years, and I've never stepped foot inside of it. It's right next to the local airport.
Oh, I freaking love IKEA. The problem is, second I walk in, guaranteed I'm spending at least $200 before I get through the maze. Which is why the maze is freaking brilliant.
Yeah,
we only get to Costco like once every couple of months. So yeah, if we go there, it's $700 minimum every time.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the end and you're like, oh Lord, how did that happen?
Yeah,
really, Chris has never been in IKEA either. Wow.
Yeah, but it is worth it though.
Just for the adventure.
And
it is worth it though.
Halfway there's a cafeteria.
It is worth it though, Nate, at Costco for at least like when it comes to toilet paper and paper towels. There's no other spot to get it because you don't get your money's worth.
Mm.
Yeah, if you've got a family to provide for, Costco makes total sense. But now there's just me and Mr. Cocktails at home. It'd be stupid. Like Schnut would go bad before we got to it. Yeah. We don't have a deep freeze or anything, so it's like no.
See, the problem with us is that when it comes to going to somewhere like Costco is I bought a medium to large size car, And at first it was like, well, why'd you buy that sort of car for? You don't need that sort of car. It's just the two of you. Now that thing is too small. It's big enough for us and the girls and all that. But as soon as if you want to go to somewhere like Costco, we've got to literally take the trailer to put like the stroller and some of the bigger stuff in the trailer.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, once
I
you
literally upgraded my vehicle size since it's just me and Mr. Coco, just because I'm a big girl. Like I'm 5'10", so I need at least, very least, a crossover SUV at the very least, just to like feel like I fit. So yeah, that's my latest vehicle.
That's what ours is, like a hybrid sort of one. But yeah, like once you have like a double stroller, I keep trying to say pram, but everyone will look at me like, what the frig is that? A double stroller. And if we've got the dogs with us, we've got the dog cage in the back. So that's pretty much most of the trunk used. And then a couple of baby chairs and baby seats and all that. It's like there's like when we go shopping for my stuff, I'm like filling in the gaps with bags and all that from the thrift stores. See what I do for you people? Like Canadian Americanized everything. It's hard. You get so used to it, especially living there, that you'll say a word and all that, and then it just stops the conversation. So it's like you're better off just, if you know what the other word is, you just use them. Because like I had a meeting at Walmart when I was working there, and I had to write something down, and I used an Australian word for a ballpoint pen. And literally, like I was there with the managers of the whole store, and everyone stopped and said, "What did you call that?" No, just a pen. Pen. Has anyone got a pen? And they're like, no. What did you call?
Now I need to know. What did you call it?
It's a brand in Australia called Biro. BIRO.
I would have no idea what that is.
Well,
so
that's
I asked for it.
Well, that's like you being in England. Sometimes they ask for a cigarette. They say the
fag.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Australia you still get that, and you get durry and God knows what else. A dart.
Or since you guys are more British than the U.S. in heritage and whatnot, what about trousers and pants? Because
there's a word that
what about them?
Pants is like your
there's
underwear.
a word that my mother used to use the word slacks that I hate. She always say, "Have you got your slacks?" And it's like, oh, I hate that word. Just like swimwear. Swimwear in Queensland, they call them togs.
Togs?
Or that's like
togs, like
it's like in
your
some places.
Your budgie smugglers are togs.
Yeah. Well, that's like some places here in America would call this a fanny pack.
Chris said bloomers.
Yeah. My absolute favorite Canadian language moment, and I'm sure I've said this in this chat before, was that I'm sitting there drinking at a Fortino's. That's the grocery store chain, Fortino's? I was working at a Fortino's. I only worked there for one shift. Oh no, I worked at Fortino's for a little while actually. It was
worked there for one shift.
No, it was another one that I worked one shift and I quit on the spot. It was my favorite grocery store to go to, but in terms of working at, I did one shift there. And I'm like, no, I'm done. So I'm sitting there in the lunchroom at Fortino's, and like these two guys around 20 years old and all that, they're going to get a drink and all that. And they're like, "Do you want a pop?" "Yeah, I'll get a pop. I'll buy a pop." And then they keep saying the word pop over and over again, and I'm just there laughing. And they're like, "What's funny?" And I'm like, I think a pop is like, that's what, little kids saying, "Can I have some Wawa, please?" Like pop is like a little kid's word to me, like it's funny. And they're like, "What do you call it?" And I'm like, "We call it soft drink." Like Coca-Cola is a soft drink company. Like that's literally what their company is. And they're like, soft drink? Why would anyone call it soft drink? This cafeteria that we had within the store was actually up near the manager's offices. So there was a big glass window that overlooked the whole store. So I said, go over there, look out the window and see what it says above the aisle that has Coca-Cola in it and all that. Soft drink.
Or that's like
literally in their store it was called soft drink. I'm like, checkmate.
That's like Nate, what makes it even more confusing. There's parts of America that they call everything a Coke. It could be.
I had an American friend for years. Every time he'd ask for a Coke, we'd give him a Coke and all that. And then one time we're out of Coke and all that. And you open up the fridge and he's like, "You got heaps of drinks in here." And we're like, "But you asked for Coke. You asked for Coke in Australia, you get Coke. You'll get Coca-Cola."
Yeah. And I just want to say, A lot of Canada calls it pop, including my brother-in-law from Ontario. But in Quebec, we call it soda.
So soda is that's what I was actually talking to Carmen. I wanted to write like a coffee table book of going through like every thing in the world that has like different words for it in different cultures and all that, and trying to come up with the one that makes the most sense. So sort of like being like the dictionary for everyone of like looking at each, because like when it comes to shopping carts, like there's so many different words. But I think shopping cart is the best name for it.
Yeah.
See ya. I won't be on much longer anyway. I'm about to die.
Bye.
But
Yeah,
like shopping carts to me make sense, whereas like people call them buggies and we call them trolleys. It's like no. Like shopping cart makes sense. But doing that, like going through the words that people use for different things, and then coming up with the definitive one of saying this one makes the most sense.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite YouTube videos. Is like someone for somewhere else reacting to what other people call things.
Because there's some that people, you hear the name that they call it and you go, oh yeah, I could see why that makes sense. Like soda, you know, I get soda water based, I get that. But then you hear pop and you're like, because it used to be soda, and then it was soda pop, and then they got rid of the main word soda and just started calling it pop. It's like, but it was called that because it was soda. I still don't know where
pop came from, because like there's no pop in the actual like generic name of it at all.
Yeah, if you, like other countries, it's like fizzy drinks. And and the crazy people that call everything a Coke, they're definitely 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Like
Chris was saying, California, the longest time it was always called a Coke. Yeah, that is so weird. Like if you came to my house, you asked for a Coke, you're getting a Coke.
Yeah.
If I have it,
funny. Like, after years of him doing this, and then we'd stop Coke because he'd always want Coke. And then I think one time he's like, don't you guys have any different other than Coca-Cola? And we're like, but you ask for a Coke every time.
Yeah. Chris said fountain. He says fountain drink. I'm assuming he means fountain drink.
Fountain drinks, yeah.
It's not a fountain drink at home though. But oh, there he goes. All right, so it's 8:30. I went already hour and a half past what I normally did, just because I don't work tomorrow, because I got like flex hours, so I took a day off. But yeah, I'm gonna like for real now. I will like do a community post or whatever if I can't do Sundays at 6, just because I did throw people off. Wrong button. No touchy, Nate. Whoops. But I'm getting off anyway. I'm gonna get off anyway. Because Mr. Cocktails came down during TFF to say, when's that over? I'm like, usually around 5, but I go on live on Sundays now, so he's still getting used to that. So but yeah, so every Sunday at 6, I will be live unless I state otherwise in a community post. I will post if I don't. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. And hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully people like get the gist of like when I'm coming on again, because like there weren't a lot of people, but it was still fun. So I appreciate all y'all. So yeah, so until next Sunday, I think. Yeah, next Sunday. Nothing's happening next Sunday, so yeah. Next Sunday, I will see you all. And yeah, until then, take care. I love you all to bits. Mwah.